generally have no jurisdiction over the president's conduct of foreign affairs.
That's Fox's Jackie Heinrich at the White House. The president also said this last night as he keeps trying to end Russia's war in Ukraine.
See if we have something to announce maybe by Tuesday. I'll be speaking to President Putin on Tuesday.
He says they're discussing what land each side might get as the president pushes Russia's leader to agree to a ceasefire. Putin has rejected the terms of the U.S. plan that Ukraine agreed to already. Communities in the South and Midwest in tornado tatters.
All of a sudden, it just boom, 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 and just tore all everything up.
He's in Mississippi. This man in Alabama lost everything. His house now just twisted debris.
The only way I'm processing it is just living in the moment of knowing that me and my daughter are okay.
And a lot of people aren't. At least 40 storm deaths in 7 states. More than 50 tornadoes touched down over the weekend. We just got an update on an economy showing Americans shopped less than expected. Last month, retail sales rose just 0.2% from January, year over year. A 3% increase. Economists were expecting much more. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
How many tornadoes touched down across the Hoosier State this weekend? It's clear and cool in the capital city. 31 degrees right now. Your high is 54 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 9:02. At least 8 tornadoes touched down across Indiana this weekend.
3 of those tornadoes were EF1 variety with estimated peak wind speeds of 105 to 110 miles per hour.
The National Weather Service says tornadoes touched down in Pike, Gibson, Jackson, Park, and Davies counties. A boil advisory is in place this morning in Lawrence.
Officials say this could last until late Tuesday or early Wednesday. The city says they are working closely with the Indiana Department of Environmental Management to look into this and resolve this issue. Jake McDaniel, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A person died in a fire Sunday in Connorsville. Firefighters were called out to the Crossings apartment complex where they evacuated a 30-unit building. They found a person during that search, and they're still looking into the cause. They have not identified that person. China is a threat to the American economy and free trade, says Indiana Congressman Jim Baird. Chris Davis reports on why he believes tariffs may be necessary.
Baird, who has an ag background, says he gets that farmers trying to sell pork or soybeans may have it tougher for a while, but the tariffs could make for long-term relief.
I think these tariffs are simply a way to bring people to the negotiating table and see if we can't create a level playing field.
He tells Wish TV's All Indiana Politics that countries like China could eventually be forced to make a deal. He also says we need the leverage to minimize the impact of one of our chief competitors. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Selection Sunday was very nice to several college women's basketball teams in Indiana, the IU women's team being one of them. They are the 9th seed, taking on 8-seeded Utah Friday.
We've got a lot of great celebrations this year, but this is a big one for us. Coach emphasized that just being able to hear a name called and celebrating as a team, it's a lot of fun, and we're excited to get back into practice and start scouting on Utah.
And that's IU guard Sydney Parrish talking about the selection. Notre Dame and Ball State's women's teams also made the tournament. And number 4-seeded Purdue will play 13th-seeded High Point in the NCAA men's basketball tournament on Thursday. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com. It's time for traffic. Here's Dominic Fortini.
Keep in mind, we got the Flower and Patio Show at the Indiana State Fairgrounds about to kick off today. Crews still on the scene of an accident near 86th and Colby. Also, a stalled vehicle blocks off the right shoulder on the eastbound side of I-70 near 465. And some leftover minor delays up north, westbound 465 on the brakes from Allisonville into 69. Traffic is sponsored by The Tile Shop. Pros get more at The Tile Shop. More selection like new wood and vinyl flooring options for every budget. More perks and more service like free curbside pickup. Start getting more at The Tile Shop. Visit your local showroom today. I'm Dominic Fortini with traffic on the 5s. Follow us on X at WIBC Traffic.
Big Joe here. You've heard me talk about Absolute Comfort and the Mitsubishi electric ductless mini splits for years. This energy-efficient way to heat and cool your home is a game changer. These systems are smart and can detect when someone is in the room and adjust to your activity. Visit Absolute Comfort at the Flower and Patio Show, booth 382 in the West Pavilion across from the beer garden. Ask for Jeremy or Chris to answer all your questions. Absolute Comfort, your trusted American Standard Mitsubishi Electric Elite Ductless Pro dealer.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students.
Now here's your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Good morning on this St. Patrick's Day. Should be bright and calm, cool, a high of 52. Partly cloudy skies overnight, a low down to 42. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Marcus Bailey for 93 WIBC.
It's 31 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. It's time for Kendall and Casey right here on 93 WIBC.
You're listening to Rob Kendall.
When we talk about sending money somewhere, we're talking about printing the money because we have no money.
And Casey Daniels.
My government would never lie to me, would they?
On 93 WIBC.
Casey, we are here.
We are. This is the south end of the State House.
It's the big day. It is the property tax rally. 93 WIBC. It is the Kendall and Casey show. I'm Rob. Casey's here, and we are coming to you live from, well, you're right next to the pig. You are literally
I'm sitting right next to Harley.
Harley the Hog outside the Lieutenant Governor's office.
Yeah.
And Casey, I'm so pumped for today. People are already beginning to show up. They said, screw that 1 o'clock thing. We are getting here quick, and we are going to make some noise today.
Yeah, and we already started passing out some signs that say, eliminate property taxes now, and it's going to be a great day, Rob.
You're on the YouTube feed, by the way, is my
That's
understanding.
true.
So don't do anything you wouldn't do at the radio station.
Okay.
Now, you can join us today. We'll be here from 9 to noon, broadcasting live. We're going to be on they call it the third floor here. Now, reasonable people would assume this is the second floor, but they don't call the basement. They don't call the base. They call it the first floor.
Right.
So we're on the third floor. So what you'll do, south end of the third floor, right outside the Lieutenant Governor's office. That's where the rally will be as well at 1 o'clock. Now, reminder, we got Micah Beckwith who's going to speak at the rally. We've got the governor. That's the big one, right? Governor Braun. We got several state reps that are going to speak. We've got Hammer emceeing. We've got some local government people. This is your opportunity. And Hammer and I were talking about this yesterday. This is your day. If you are on the fence about coming, you need to come today to this property tax rally. We're asking for an hour of your time. 1 hour of your time, and if we get that 1 hour of your time, we'll try to keep you from paying out the backside over the next how many ever years. This is our shot.
Right. The return on investment for today is huge, right?
Plus it'll be fun.
Right.
Hanging out with us, it's fun.
Right. Well, hanging out with me.
Hanging out with you is fun.
You're also here.
So again, 1 o'clock today at the State House. We'll be broadcasting live. Have you seen the state police presence already?
I went and talked to them. They said it's a busy day today in the State House.
I feel like that scene in the Blues Brothers where it's like, we'd like to welcome all of Indiana's law enforcement community who have decided to join us in celebration. So
yeah, they had no problem getting through security.
Now, a couple of reminders. By the way,
you got wanded.
I violated the.
You for some reason you beeped.
Yeah.
And they had to wand you,
yeah.
But you made it through. That was fine. You weren't disobeying any rules.
Yeah. So again, just a reminder. You got no excuse not to be here today, right? Like, this is your opportunity to show up, to be loud, to make some noise. We're going to have fun. Hammer's going to do a great job as the MC, and this is it, right? A lot of these lawmakers are going to be looking at what happens today. Will you show up? Will you mobilize? Will you show them how upset you are about what's been happening the last 4 or 5 years with your property taxes? And the reality is we have a fighter in Governor Braun, and that's why he's going to speak today, that we have somebody who wants what we want, and we've got to give that person the ammunition to be able to do this. Look, a lot of people have worked really hard. Here in the State House, Micah's staff has worked very, very hard. State administration has worked very hard to set everything up, and it's real and it's spectacular.
Yeah, we're here for two reasons. One, to show Governor Braun our support, that we appreciate having a governor who's actually choosing Hoosiers. He said, I want this rate reset going back to 2021 for people's property taxes. So we want to show him that we appreciate that and we're in this together. But also to let the lawmakers know if they, continue to gut that SB1, we're not happy about it and we want to change directions.
Yeah, and again, they being the lawmakers, they want this to fail today. Tuesday. They want 10 people to be there, and then they go, see, nobody really cared. And are you going to give them that? Aren't you angry? Aren't you upset? There's some big supporters. Look at that.
Look at that shirt.
There's Green, and then there's that lady right there. They want this to fail. And this is your opportunity to say, aren't you pissed off about what they've done? Aren't you mad about the way they've ignored your emails? Because so many people said, well, why are you doing this on a weekday? Wouldn't it be better to do it on a weekend? I said, lawmakers
They're not here.
They don't work on the weekend.
Yeah.
We're doing this on a weekday because they've ignored you. You've been ignored. You sent the emails. You made the phone calls. If you got a response, there was a good chance it was some canned response. Or if you got a human to email you back, there's a good chance they were ripping on Rob Kendall. So this is your opportunity today to be here at the State House. Wear your green, come be loud, and they can't ignore you. This is it. This is the chance. If you don't show up, if you're not loud today, this thing's likely going to fail. We put it in the hands of you, our audience. We believe in you.
Yeah, it's a go big or go home sort of day.
Yeah.
But guess what? We want you to be able to go home and actually not lose your home because of these skyrocketing property taxes.
Hey, speaking of losing, did you see who lost again over the weekend?
Who lost?
Destiny Wells.
She did. Wow. How about that? The vote was 18-14.
So she is just one loss away now from becoming the Buffalo Bills of Indiana politics and government. That's her third loss. One more, and we put her on the Mount Rushmore of losers along with Jim Kelly and Thurman Thomas and the rest of the early 90s Buffalo Bills. So she got smoked by Diego, 3 years ago when she ran for Secretary of State. She then decided, hold my beer, I'd like to lose to an even worse candidate in Todd Rokita, and she got smoked by him. And then she said, well, third time surely got to be a charmer. I'm going to run for state party chair.
Right, for the Democrat Party.
And it didn't go well. She lost to a 74-year-old woman.
She did. She lost to Karen Talian. And how about this? The Karens actually have a Karen representing them.
That's right. So we wanted to congratulate Destiny on her third high-profile defeat, and we look forward to you going to number 4 in the near future.
So Karen Talian, she served in the Indiana Senate from 2005 to 21, representing Porter, LaPorte, and also Lake counties. Rob, since 2005, she's been in government.
It's a long time. Now, look, the Democrats remain a dumpster fire, and this is the problem, right? The Democrats are a dumpster fire as a state party. Now, they're a dumpster fire nationally as well, but this state, they're not competitive. And we all have a vested interest in a robust, competitive Democrat Party because one of the reasons the Republicans behave in the way that they do as it relates to your finances, this is why they abuse you on things like property and gas taxes, is they don't fear the Democrats. Oh, you're not going to vote for me? Oh, you're not going to vote for them because, well, look at the Democrats. And so hopefully, look, Karen Talian, I think, was a relatively, by Democrat standards, moderate senator. I don't think she's an insane, crazy person, which you would have had with the Destiny Wells. And so hopefully she can bring that party back to some level of sanity and focus on, look, there's such a lane on property taxes. Look at the correspondence we get from people who are like, man, I'm desperate for anyone to try to help me. But then you see the Democrats being the party of men in the women's restrooms, on-demand abortion. And people are like, well, I guess I'd just rather lose my money than lose my sanity.
Well, there was a recent NBC News poll that came out, and it said only 27% of registered voters have a positive view of the Democrat Party, and that's the lowest it has been since NBC News began polling in 1990. Only 27%.
So you think about that since Bill Clinton came on the scene, that is the lowest the numbers have been. There's Micah. He is literally on a scooter.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Excellent. I didn't think that was real. He's literally. I can't. We're on the air. Yes, thank you, Lieutenant Governor. We're on the air. Our show starts at 9. Thank you. All right, so should we take a break and talk to Micah when we come back?
Yeah, we've got the Lieutenant Governor of Indiana joining us next as we broadcast live from the Indiana State House. It is Kendall and Casey on 93 WIBC.
While some stations always be rockin', these guys will always be talking. They're never myopic, they're always on topic. Like politics ripe for the mocking.
Happy St. Patrick's Day!
From 93 WIBC, the latest local news, commentary from Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, Hammer and Nigel, podcasts. Listen to the station live whenever, wherever, online at WIBC.com.
Hi, I'm Charlie Comer from Comer & Cross Premium Garage Floor Coatings. When your garage floor has stains, cracks, and pits, it makes your whole garage look bad. And a bad epoxy job looks even worse. Look, spring will be here on March 20th. For your best price of the year on your new garage floor, basement, or patio, and installation this spring, please call me now at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. Guaranteed, a Comer & Cross concrete floor coating won't chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. In one day, we make it so easy. We move your stuff out for you. We fix the cracks and pits perfectly. And apply your gleaming new Comer & Cross concrete floor in 6 stages, just in time for spring. For your best price of the year on your new garage floor, basement, or patio, and installation by spring, please call me now at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. Or go to COMERcross.com.
Attorney Joe Cordell. Divorce changes your life and the lives of your children. This change can be good or bad. The outcome depends greatly on the attorney that you choose. So interview more than one attorney. Family law experience, especially trial experience, is important, but so is temperament and judgment. Also, remember to consider Cordell & Cordell. We've been serving men in divorce for over 30 years. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Indianapolis area attorneys. 101 West Ohio Street, Suite 1250, Indianapolis, Indiana 46204.
It's Kubota Orange Days. From America's #1 selling compact tractor to zero-turn mowers and versatile RTVs, get your perfect match delivered to your door. Now through June 30th, get 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,000 off select compact tractors. See the details at KubotaOrangeDays.com.
Stop by McAllister Machinery in Fishers and Indianapolis to see their full line of Kubota, or visit them online at McAllisterKubota.com.
One of the real advantages that we have here at Hendricks is the scope of the services that we have to offer in orthopedics.
Whether they have a hip fracture or they're a high-functioning athlete, we're all working towards the same thing.
To have them be able to have an elective surgery safely and then go home also in a safe fashion is of utmost importance.
We very much want everyone to get back to doing everything that they were doing beforehand. We're really invested in it.
Unstoppable orthopedic care. Learn more at hendricks.org/ortho.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
Garage Doors of Indianapolis has been a local, family-owned and operated business for nearly 50 years and helps keep Central Indiana's economy strong by employing over 70 families. Garage Doors of Indianapolis stands by their products and services while they share and embrace our conservative values. So when you have garage door problems, call them today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis, 875-4577, 875-4577, or visit doorstoday.com.
City water or well water, get better water with C&J. You just can't find anybody better than the pros at C&J. Great systems and great people, too. Just call them, 317-733-SOFT.
Look who it is.
I know.
Hey, we're getting a selfie.
Hey, we're getting a selfie right now. Look at that. Look at that.
Look at this guy. He's dressed like $1 million. It's Micah Beckwith, the Lieutenant Governor. We're broadcasting live from the State House today. It's Kendall Casey Show. I'm Rob Casey's here. We're right outside the Lieutenant Governor's office.
Yeah.
South end of the State House. 3rd floor.
That's right.
Even though most normal people would think this is a 2nd floor.
It is confusing, and it took me a while to figure out why they did that. So the basement is considered the 1st floor.
Correct.
It had to have been something back in the 1800s when they built this, that first floor is first floor. Right?
Yeah,
So
some bureaucrat, definitely to blame. So we got the property tax rally coming up in 1. We'll get to that in a second. Micah Omar, your right-hand guy, gave me a tour of your office. I think Drake, our buddy Drake, our superfan Drake, is here providing security today. And Drake and I decided we're just going to live in your office because it's nicer than anything we've ever lived in.
Well, this is government, right? There's no shortage of spending the taxpayer dollars, that's for sure.
In fairness, it's not your fault. This happened long before you got here.
It was.
But it's very nice.
I think the office has not really changed a whole lot since the the Orr administration. So who was the Lieutenant Governor Mutz, I believe.
I love you're just throwing names out there so we would know. Like,
right.
So
we barely know 2 lieutenant governors ago. Who was before Krause?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so they did good work.
Okay, so property tax rally, 1 o'clock today.
That's
from
right.
your perspective, you're the president of the Senate,
Yeah.
right? You are around these people all day, every day. Can you talk to our audience about the importance of showing up today and what that would mean to the fight over the property tax rally?
Well, when you show up, you got to remember that you represent a pretty large swath of the constituency. So they look at you, one person representing a couple hundred, maybe even 1,000 people. I mean, that's kind of what goes through the heads of these legislators. And so you showing up today basically shows them, hey, there's at least a couple hundred or that would agree with you. And so if we can get 500, if we can get 700, 1,000 people, that is a really big turnout for the legislators to kind of look at this and say, man, if 1,000 people were willing to get off work, come down to the State House, let their voices be heard, how many people are right there with them? They just couldn't take the time to come down here today. And so it really is going to be important for everyone to, if you can, get down here, show up in person, because that's usually who wins at the end of the day, those who show up.
So we're saying that one person represents 100 or 1,000. Sure. Is it really going to move the needle, though?
Yeah, I think so, because these are voters, right? Again, we've been hearing from a lot of lobbyists. We've been hearing from a lot of city elected officials on the other side of this issue saying don't cut property taxes. Well, the people who put these legislators in power are just the average Joe, the voters. And so if they show up, it's like, hey, these are the people you work for, Mr. Senator or Madam Representative. You need to do the right thing and basically, vote the way they want you to vote, because they're the ones that can vote you out of office. So,
and people are already showing up. Hey, can you guys make some noise?
Woo!
There we go.
Yeah, we're already got a crowd here. Clearly, these people, we got to find out what's going on in their lives if they're here this early. But
they love you guys. They love you guys.
Our fans, singular, and it turns out there's like 15 of them. What is okay? So you
right?
What is going on? I don't know if the YouTube feed can see this, but
I have a scooter.
Aaron,
your knee
Aaron
rover.
sent this to me, and this scooter, like, can you describe? So
it's called the knee. It's called the knee rover, and I tore my Achilles tendon, so I had surgery on it on Wednesday, and they said you can't put any pressure on it for at least 3 weeks, which is really annoying. You never know how much you take your foot for granted until you can't use your foot. And so, but this knee scooter, it's like got all-terrain wheels. I can pop some wheelies. It's got a nice little
my car.
A nice little basket. There's some flowers in there that my chief of staff put in there to make me look probably more innocent than I actually am. But yeah, it's man, these things are awesome. I mean, I'll do crutches at home when I'm at home, but when I'm down here with the knee scooter, I can get around this building.
Get around the State House really quick.
I might just keep using it after my leg gets better, because
right. It'll be like you're completely healed. But it's fun.
It's been 3 years, Lieutenant Governor. Do you really think you need that still?
Something else I wanted to ask you about, Micah, initiative that your office is debuting today. Am I allowed to mention it? Well, I'm going to. I'm not going to ask for permission. We'll ask for forgiveness. Unscripted with Micah Beckwith.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
So we started a podcast, and we're going to be interviewing legislators, lawmakers, activists, people that are really down here at the State House doing good work. And it's just a way to give people an inside view of what's going on at the State House. Because I think what I find when I'm traveling the state, people want to be involved. They want to know what's going on. They a lot of times just don't know how to figure out what's actually happening. And so if we can give one more sort of lane to where they jump on this podcast, look at what Unscripted is talking about this week, it'll just keep people in the loop. I really believe Scripture says my people perish for lack of knowledge, is what the book of Hosea says, and I think that's where we are in our nation right now. We're dying. We're seeing government grow too big. We're seeing this potential collapse of our dollar. We've seen things where tyranny, government shutdowns. It happened because people just don't know what they don't know. And so our job, your guys' job, this is why you're so effective and popular, is because
Go on. No,
say more words.
I'm looking at Casey when I say that, okay? I'm not looking at Rob. No, but you guys educate the voters. You educate the listeners. Here's what's going on, and here's what you can do to make change. And I think that's Unscripted with Micah Beckwith is just going to be one more avenue.
Where will we find this?
Anywhere.
Is this like a paid subscription thing?
OnlyFans? No, it's not on OnlyFans. If that's what you're asking, Rob, it's going to be anywhere you get your podcasts and YouTube. So,
and it's video format.
Video and audio, yep. So we'll be able to do both.
And you're debuting it today, and your first guest is?
J.D. Prescott.
Who's right here.
Yeah.
He's our next guest.
J.D. Prescott is...
Stop stealing our guests, bro.
Right.
He's just super popular.
Yeah.
He's
Get your own program. We worked really hard at this.
I was going to ask Casey to come on after the show.
I'm just going to throw this out because I know you didn't spend any time in the radio industry, but there's nothing more unprofessional than stealing other people's guests, right?
Just ask Hammer.
Clear.
Hey, I didn't know he was yours. I didn't know you owned him.
Yeah. We're a power couple.
We are the taxpayers.
That's funny.
So we do employ him.
That's right. That's a good point.
Why is it so hard to get this property tax thing done? Do they really believe? We'll ask JD this because he's one of the good guys. But do they really believe when the Mooresville superintendent goes, "I'm shutting off the lights"? If we do, nobody believes that. Wouldn't they be insulted by these people coming and just fibbing right to their face?
I think the fear-mongering works. I think when you get superintendents or you get the fire chief from, what was it, Lafayette, say we're going to lose 7.
I think it was a trustee.
Yeah, trustee.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, the trustee. And he said, we're going to lose 7 firefighters. And then they were asked the question, well, you're going to have to fire 7 of them? No, we just won't be able to hire them. So it's very good wordsmithing on the part of these municipality authorities that are basically trying to get people to be like, oh, no, we surely can't shut off property taxes because then we won't have roads and we won't have police and we won't have schools, which is nonsense. We are going to fund what needs to be funded in government. We just don't want you to continually have this piggy bank that you can go to called My House and take more and more of my money. And it's really not your property if you have to pay the government rent to stay there. And so I think from a moral issue, we've got to get right. We got to get on the right side of history in Indiana here and say, listen, you have a right to own property. When you have to pay the government rent, it's really not your property. We need to address this issue like ASAP. So
now, are you coming to pound several green beers with us after the rally?
I didn't know you were doing that. I
brought my old man as a driver. It'll be fine.
Right, did you see that?
That's awesome. Yeah, that's right. Your dad's here.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Between Drake and my old man, nobody's getting to me today. We brought the A security team in.
That's awesome.
Hey, real quick before I let you go, the governor is speaking. He's closing out the event.
It's amazing.
Today would be a great day. I don't know if you've heard any rumors of this, of presenting me the Sagamore as he walks on stage. Is there any scuttlebutt about that?
Well, I've heard a rumor that might happen, but I think it came from you, so I don't know if it's going to happen. We got all kinds of awards, Rob. We could do the Firefly. The Firefly.
Did we have this conversation on air about the award Micah wants to give me? It's award for children.
That's right.
The lieutenant governor gives an award, but it's for children
who are doing great things.
That should really go to me as I work with one every day.
All right, we got to have a professional come in
there
next. You're out of here.
I love it. Hey, thanks, guys. Yep.
Thanks, Micah. It is Kendall and Casey. It's 93 WIBC.
Whether you're preparing for retirement, navigating a life transition, or simply wondering if you're on the right path, Howard Bailey Financial is here to help. Together, we'll work on a personalized plan designed to bring greater clarity to your goals and help you approach decisions with confidence. It's not just about numbers, it's about the life you want to lead and the legacy you want to leave behind. With over 20 years of experience, Howard Bailey Financial has been dedicated to guiding individuals as they work toward taking control of their financial future and finding peace of mind. Text PATH to 888-262-1104 to download a free retirement toolkit and start planning for the retirement you've dreamed of. Howard Bailey Financial, helping you turn hope into a plan and dreams into reality. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
An indictment after a crash. It's 32 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. Your high today, 54. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 9:30. You may remember hearing about a crash that killed a man near Southport Road 2 days before Christmas in 2023. That man who died was Avery May, and at the time, as the cops look into the case, they were searching for clues that showed that Bradley Woods was impaired at the time of the crash. They have their case Court records show that Woods has been indicted and he's facing 21 charges, including causing death when operating a motor vehicle while intoxicated. A pair of astronauts stranded on the International Space Station are gearing up to finally come back to Earth. Sonny Williams and Butch Wilmore are about to wrap up an unexpected 9-month stay aboard the ISS due to issues with their Boeing Starliner spacecraft. What DOGE is doing may have a direct impact in Indiana, not only with federal workers losing their jobs, but with some federal buildings closing. Congressman Jim Baird tells Wish TV's All Indiana Politics that he believes it's past time to look into bloated federal spending.
We really asked DOGE to look for those waste, fraud, and abuse in our federal government, and that hasn't been done for quite some time. And I think it's appropriate now that we do that.
And he says as far as federal buildings go, he believes they're underused and people should not be paying for what's not happening. And your opening bell report on 93 WIBC brought to you by Absolute Wealth Management, LLC, checking the markets. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is up a point to 41,519. The NASDAQ is down 15 points to 17,738, and the S&P 500 is down 2 points to 5637. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
It's tax time, and tax time is your time to buy a new Nissan and get double your tax refund or down payment only at Andy Moore Nissan of Indianapolis. For a limited time, when you buy any new Nissan, Andy Moore Nissan will double your tax refund or down payment up to $5,000. That means your $1,000 becomes $2,000. Your $2,000 becomes $4,000. Your $4,000 becomes $8,000. This month only, Andy Moore Nissan will double your down payment up to $10,000. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Good credit, bad credit, even no credit. Our credit experts will get you approved with the best terms with as little as $0 down on any new Nissan in stock. Andy Moore Nissan is making deals other dealers won't and approving deals other dealers can't. Andy Moore Nissan, 4302 Lafayette Road, Indianapolis, Indiana.
I know, it's cold, it's gross, it's winter. But hey, here at Life Church, we're planning for spring and summer. We have some really great events planned for your kids and teenagers, and they start soon. So don't miss the opportunity to register your kids and teens for our exciting events where they'll hang out with friends and grow closer to God while doing it. So go to lifechurchin.com, I'm new, Next Gen, and scroll down to the events. You can register your kids today and get those dates on your calendar and dream of warm, sunny things. We'll see you soon.
What a day.
You're working too hard.
We're both working too hard with even less to show for it.
What's this?
It's the bills for Tracy's procedure.
This is outrageous.
I know. And Mom just said her prescriptions went up again.
How can working people afford this?
These medical bills are crushing our finances, and these hospitals and insurance groups are making record profits.
You know, I read Indiana has the 9th highest healthcare costs in the nation, and prescription drug costs are out of control.
That's why I voted for Mike Braun. He has a plan to reform Indiana's broken healthcare system. Braun's plan calls for billing transparency, increased access, and lower costs for all Hoosiers.
I hear you. It's good to know help is on the way. Mike Braun's plan will offer real relief for our family budget.
Sign the petition for Braun's healthcare plan at HoosierHope.org. Join Mike Braun's fight for healthcare reform today. Paid for by HoosierHope.org.
Premier Deck Coating, the ultimate deck protection. Who are they? Well, they're a sister company of Rhino Shield, and Premier Deck Coating is the product you need if you're tired of applying the same old stain and paint every couple of years to your deck. It's Terry, Stacy, and David and I have a deck that's probably 25 years old. The countless hours and the money that we spend on maintaining that deck never ends. And then we heard about Premier Deck Coating. family-owned, based right here in Indy, and they are going to completely transform our deck with their special formulated product, which repels moisture, scratch-resistant in virtually any color that we want, and backed by a 10-year guarantee. No more spending time staining or painting every year. Premier Deck Coating will keep our deck looking great for years to come. Premier Deck Coating can also do fences and pergolas, too. For a free quote, call 317-696-4071 or visit premierdeckcoating.com.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors. For 1951 cabinetry, visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or drexelin.com.
You're listening to the Kendall and Casey Show on 93 WIPC.
'Cause I'm the tax man. Yeah, I'm the tax man.
Good morning. It is Kendall and Casey broadcasting live from the Indiana State House. This is technically the third floor on the south end, right outside the Lieutenant Governor's office.
Okay, property tax rally today, 1 o'clock. People are already starting to flood in. If you want a good seat, you need to get here quickly. You can watch the radio show. I mean, think of the just think about what this radio show would go for on the open market. We're giving it away to you for free here at the at the State House. And one of the guys who will be speaking at the property tax rally today, 1 o'clock, our friend J.D. Prescott, State Representative. J.D., hello.
Good morning. How are you doing?
All right, so before we talk about what's going on today, you, bless your heart, you tried to get an answer for us, and I find it fascinating you could not get the answer, which is, what is the fire code for the Indiana State House? Like, how many people can you put in the State House before the fire marshal's like, no more, and you could not get that answer?
No, I did not get that answer. They said they were going to follow up. I didn't get the follow-up on that, so I reached out to Homeland Security. I'm sure they'll get me an answer at some point on that. But to be fair, it wasn't the highest priority request through my office.
Know,
but
we've
got other things we're working on.
Would they know what the fire code is? Like, the State House will fit X amount of people?
Yeah, I thought it would be a simple answer. Apparently, it's not
it's like everything else.
Yeah,
it's got to be a pretty high number.
All right, so we asked Mike about this, and you're on Ways and Means. By the way, bless your heart for not strangling any of those people in either of those hearings that got up and spoke. Admit it. When the Mooresville guy got up and said he's going to cut off the lights, there was a moment where somebody said maybe somebody should throw a shoe at this guy, right? I mean, I'm kidding. That's got to be very frustrating.
There are a lot of thoughts that go through my head sitting in committee that, sometimes you just got to keep to yourself. But
I feel like, JD, you and I may be kindred spirits because you have to feel sitting on that committee the way I do sometimes in the studio.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, I get what you go through.
So can you talk to our audience? Maybe somebody's on the fence today, like, I don't know, I got a lot of stuff going on. The importance of showing up today and how that might move lawmakers if we have a good showing.
Yeah, the most effective way to move lawmakers is to be here in the building, engage with your senator, with your representative, let them know what you would like to see done on each issue, more specifically with this property tax issue, because think about we're hearing from the lobbying community every day. We're hearing from the local government officials. We're hearing from their lobbyists. But we're supposed to be here representing the taxpayers, the constituents. Your lobbyists are us as the representatives and senators. So hearing directly from you is the most effective way, whether it be by phone, by email, but even the most effective communication is when you have that face-to-face, one-on-one interaction.
I wanted to ask you, you've got a busy day today. You've got a meeting coming up, judiciary meeting, but more importantly, a lot of people are watching the school board election. You've got a second reading on that coming up today. Tell us about what's going on.
Yeah, so the school board election bill, this is the bill to move that to a party-affiliated races so we can identify who is running for school board, where they identify from a party affiliation standpoint. That bill is scheduled for second reading today on the House calendar, which means it's eligible for amendments. I do not have any amendments myself. Those amendments should be dropping here within the next half hour, 45 minutes. It'll be on the website. Any representative
that's all the notice they give you?
I was thinking
we've got a few hours, yeah. So I will be, as soon as we get off the air here, I'm going to be reviewing amendments to see what
But how do you process that? See, this is why people get frustrated with government. How do you, there's no way you can process or any person. I'm not saying you, I'm saying any person. How do they know? You see what I'm saying? Like, that would really make me mad if I were in your position.
Well, they don't give you a lot of time to think about it.
Yeah.
Well, not really. But so if you're truly wanting to get a second reading amendment passed, you should be working with the author and communicating what that amendment is, what it's trying to do.
Yeah.
If I haven't seen the amendment, I'm likely not going
Right.
to accept the amendment onto the bill. I mean, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get you in a gotcha moment.
Are you feeling good about the school board bill? You feeling good?
I do. I feel good about it. I mean, there's still work to be done just to make sure we get it across the finish line. I think it's going to be a tight vote, but I think we've got the votes, and I'm going to keep working it hard until we get it through the finish line.
Okay, can we talk quickly about the Ways and Means Committee? Jeff Thompson proposed 1402. It took, I don't know the exact amount of time, but it seemed about 45 minutes. It may have been shorter, may have been longer. What was your overall feeling after he was done presenting?
Yeah, so with Jeff Thompson pitching 1402, I mean, the heart of what he's trying to do is to fix, long term, the process of moving to a rate-based system. And I understand that, but we need to make sure that at the same time we provide immediate property tax relief in the short term. Yes, we need to solve the underlying issue long term of the property tax system and restructure it. I prefer the repeal and replace method, but if we are going to keep the property tax system in place, we do need to at least restructure it, simplify the system. My concern, though, is with 1402 as he proposed it. I think it complicates things a little bit more. It's already a complicated system. You could see as he was explaining that, and Jeff's a smart guy, but as he was explaining that, you could see that there was a lot of confusion from the audience, from those that was listening. And go ahead, Rob.
So Bob Heaton's on that committee with you, right? So we had this conversation on Friday. Bob Heaton's a basketball hero, right? So what we need, can you deliver a message from me to Bob Heaton that we need him to act like he acted in 1979 against, was it Arkansas, to go to he hit the shot to send Indiana State to the Final Four. You tell Bob Heaton we need him to be that Bob Heaton on the property tax bill. Can you deliver that message for me?
I will pass the message along, but Bob's a great guy. I really enjoy working with him, and he does put in a lot of hard work behind the scenes. And
all right, we'll see you at 1. Thank you for all you're doing, man. You're one of the guys out there fighting on Ways and Means, and we appreciate it. We'll see you today at 1 o'clock.
Yep, 1 o'clock right here on the 3rd floor, just outside the House of Representatives office in 336.
J.D. Prescott, you're the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
And you're listening to Kendall and Casey. It is 93 WIBC.
Hammer and Nigel show 306 this afternoon. Rob Kendall will recap the property tax rally. Guy Relford in studio, and more Hammer and Nigel Records madness.
Big Joe here. You've heard me talk about Absolute Comfort and the Mitsubishi electric ductless mini splits for years. This energy-efficient way to heat and cool your home is a game changer. These systems are smart and can detect when someone is in the room and adjust to your activity. Visit Absolute Comfort at the Flower and Patio Show, booth 382 in the West Pavilion across from the beer garden. Ask for Jeremy or Chris to answer all your questions. Absolute Comfort, your trusted American Standard Mitsubishi Electric Elite Ductless Pro dealer.
I'll say this. There are no entries in the Hoops Fan Hall of Fame who didn't show up to the game. Yes, you in the back.
Professor, March Madness is coming to Indianapolis. Are we ready?
You prepared to bring the fire? Give it 110 from tip to the final buzzer? Oh, you're ready. The NCAA Sweet 16 and Elite 8, March 28th and 30th in Indianapolis. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MBB tickets. Class dismissed.
If you drink vodka and haven't tried Barkeep vodka yet, you're missing out. It's the cleanest vodka ever, smoothest vodka I've ever had, and a much better value than almost all the other top-shelf vodkas.
Switch to Barkeep because it's made in Indy and distilled with corn from Indiana farmers. These guys are all about local, and they truly have made a better product. We've had it. It's awesome. Pick up a bottle at Indiana grocery stores, liquor stores, or visit barkeepvodka.com for a list of locations.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 765-545-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsrus.com. 765-545-BATH.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
Transform your home with Galaxy Concrete Coatings. Say goodbye to cracked, stained floors and hello to durable, stunning surfaces that last. Their cutting-edge technology ensures a beautiful finish every time, and you get to pick out from their many colors. Upgrade your home today like I did. Galaxy Concrete Coatings. They're for garage floors, driveways, pool decks, and patios. They come with a lifetime warranty and one-day professional installation. Call now for a free estimate. 877-417-0635. They're also online at galaxyconcretecoatings.com.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Ready for better sleep? Now is your chance during the March mattress sale. Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, King Coil, Bed Gear, and Nectar mattresses, you can save up to $800 with up to 4 years interest-free financing. And don't forget, Thompson Furniture delivers for free. Hurry! Sale ends Monday only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
From a fast break to recovery, Indiana hospitals are here for every Hoosier, regardless of their ability to pay. That's why we're teaming up with legislators on a winning playbook to lower costs and protect access to care across our communities. Because good policy doesn't leave anyone on the sidelines. Learn more at HoosierLifeline.com.
Paid for by the Indiana Hospital Association.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do...
Let's play something, Grandma.
...became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Never miss your favorite shows on WIBC. Get your content to go. Would you like fries with that? Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, Hammer and Nigel, Tony Kennett, The Gun Guy, Home and Garden. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
Well, you're not on it, so I'll have to take this intro here.
Yeah, sorry, I was out talking with people who are here, for the rally, and they're watching the broadcast, and so I was, meeting people.
You can get a photo with Casey and an autograph. Now, what are you charging for that now?
Those are free today.
It's the Kendall and Casey Show. I'm Rob. Casey's here. We are coming to you live from the third floor of the Indiana State House outside Lieutenant Governor's office. Already a great crowd of people showing up for what will be the property tax rally today at 1 o'clock. Now, the rally, okay, we got to clarify a couple things. I feel like we've addressed this no fewer than 57 times.
Yeah.
But we need to do it again.
One more time.
Because, you got to do this. We're in the communications business. So, we are doing the rally indoors for a couple reasons. One, have you seen the weather?
It's a little chilly out today.
It's a little cold outside, and we
those temperatures dropped, didn't they?
Anticipate people having all stripes, ages, etc., and we want to make sure everybody could come and be comfortable. That's number one. But the main reason is you have been ignored by these lawmakers. We have had the countless emails and phone calls about people who said, I emailed, I got no response. I emailed, I got an auto response. I emailed, and the best I could get is some sort of legislative assistant. We're doing it in the State House today, so they have to hear us. If you do it outside, they're not going to hear you. Yeah, the lawmakers are not going to be bothered by you being out on the lawn.
And honestly, if you're outside and you're shouting at a building, what does that do for you? They can't hear that. They're inside.
Right. And so we want to give you the opportunity to come in and make some noise. Now, I've also heard, well, why didn't you do it on the weekend? They don't work on the weekend. This is our opportunity. We recognize that there are people who have to work. We recognize when we did this that some people just won't be able to attend. But if you can get here, this is your opportunity. This is the last opportunity today at 1 o'clock to show up, to make some noise, to be loud and get engaged, because the property tax, and you've heard this from J.D. Prescott, you've heard this from Micah Beckwith, I'm sure We're going to talk to Craig Haggard next hour. That he'll say something similar. That this is it, right? Like this is the fight for the property tax rally. If you show up, make some noise. How bad do you want to afford living in your home? Like if you can't give us 1 or 2 hours, I get that it's involved. You got to drive here, you got to park, you got to walk in here. I get it, but it's going to be fun. Hammer's going to be here. The governor's going to be here. If the governor thinks it's important enough to show up, that should tell you how important this actually is.
Right, exactly. And yeah, we've heard from a lot of people, hey, we're going to be there in spirit, can't get off work. Oh, we get it. Why can't you get off work? Because you have to keep working to pay that property tax bill.
That's right.
So we totally understand, but like Rob said, if you can be here, we invite you to come down. 1 o'clock is when we're going to start everything, but feel free to come early. We've got chairs.
Our fans are here. They're watching and they're moseying, and you don't have to stay. You can come say hi, and then you can go about your day. And it is St. Patrick's Day, so you might be able to go get a libation somewhere. Come back. You don't have to. This is not the Hotel California. You can check out anytime you'd like, and you can leave.
Yeah, and we invite you to wear green because, after all, we want to let these lawmakers know that we want some of our money back.
That's right.
Our
green. One of the things, we're meeting some of our friends from the YouTube chat. Mad Duck is here from the YouTube chat. So if you're a YouTube chat person, you need to get here because we'd love to meet you in person. You're so outstandingly nice on the YouTube chat. We'd love to just meet some of you in person.
So something that happened last night at 6 o'clock, that selection committee, and it took place in Carmel, Indiana. Rob, did you happen to see where the NCAA was doing the brackets?
The taxpayer-funded hotel. The $58.5 million taxpayer-funded hotel.
$58.5 million taxpayer-funded hotel.
So I'm very confused about this because our old pal Spendin' Sue Finkham, she sent out a thing bragging about the hotel being the home of the NCAA, but then I was told that and saw evidence of this, or what would appear to be evidence of this, that she was lamenting the hotel, both in its overruns during the construction and then lamenting that she's kind of held accountable for something that the previous mayor did, and that we're beating her up on that. But then she seemed very proud of the taxpayer-funded hotel yesterday.
Didn't at one point she insinuate that public safety could be in jeopardy or on the chopping block if Braun got his property tax cut?
That's right.
But,
and then she backpedaled out of that.
But then we still have $58.5 million for a beautiful hotel.
So the timeline you're looking for in that is she went to the Senate Bill 1 hearing, let everybody believe that public safety could be on the chopping block. We called her out. Then she said no public safety on the chopping block. Then they made a deal with public safety. What do they call that?
Their contracts?
A bargaining agreement or whatever that's called. And then apparently the council president, Carmel, didn't get the memo because he put out a big post that public safety could be in danger, even though they'd already done the deal with the public safety. So Sue and the council president can't keep their story straight. But what we do know now is she's very proud of the $58.5 million taxpayer-funded hotel. I mean, at least that's her current status on this.
Yeah. So, again, it's all very interesting. One way or the other, you're paying for something.
As I said yesterday, pick a lane, lady. You just got to pick a lane. Either we're for the $58.5 million taxpayer-funded hotel, or we're against the $58.5 million taxpayer-funded hotel. And whichever one you pick, that's your right as a mayor, a lawmaker. But you've got to pick a lane. You've got to pick a lane and stay in it. Are we for or against $58.5 million taxpayer dollars being spent on a hotel?
Well, one thing we know that happened last night, IU did not make the
They didn't make it.
Didn't make it. Are you surprised?
No. So here's where the two things can be true, right? You can say it's ridiculous North Carolina got in, and you can also say I don't think IU deserved to be in. Like because when you say this now, you're just an IU homer. No, IU didn't deserve to be in either. But it is utterly ridiculous that North Carolina, a team with I think they had one quad one win, maybe one, is in the NCAA. What the NCAA is basically saying is, one, the conference tournaments don't matter at all. People should not even try in these things. They don't. Michigan won the Big Ten tournament as a 5 seed. They were a top 20 team. They win the Big Ten tournament. Hey, we're going to let you be the 5th seed.
Did you see that the North Carolina athletics director, who is also on the selection committee, was already making the rounds on all the shows?
It seems a little biased.
To head off any conflict of interest questions.
I love how they're like, he's, air quotes, not in the room during the selection.
Right. There are a lot of rules and stipulations. So interesting. Have you filled out a bracket?
No, I haven't even looked at it yet. Who you got? I'll just go with whoever you. Are you doing Purdue again?
So I always do Purdue. Well, at least I have in years past.
Would you like to go out early again this year?
I paid some tuition for Purdue. But this year, I've got it down to my final two. I'm going to go with Maryland and Purdue.
In the championship game?
In the
championship
game.
Is that a possibility? Have you looked at the bracket?
That is a possibility.
Oh, it is a possibility?
Yes. I did. So I was really hoping that the Dayton Flyers would be in the bracket. They didn't make it. So nope, I'm going to have to go back with Purdue.
And now we can look forward to the next likely underachieving IU coach, because that's what we've had one year after another since Bob Knight left. It's this, we're going to get a new coach. It's all going to be different this time. And it's the same thing basically every single year.
It is Kendall and Casey, and we're broadcasting live from the Indiana State House, getting you geared up for the big property tax rally, which takes place.
People are coming early
at 1 o'clock.
You don't have to wait.
You're not going to miss us, because you'll see a sea of green.
And we're going to be here in the break. We're going to go shake some hands and kiss some children. And boy, howdy, it's going to be a big day. Again, third floor. Indiana State House, south end of the State House. We'll be broadcasting live 9 until noon, and then the property tax rally starts at 1. This is your chance to have your voice heard. This is your chance to make some noise. And I hear Kevin beginning the music, so that means we've got to go to a break.
Yep. We've got the news coming up, and also next hour, Craig Haggard is going to join us. You're listening to Kendall and Casey on 93 WIBC.
Dents happen. There's a whole lot of stuff that can mess up the look of your vehicle. Don't paint your car. Go PDR with Kill a Dent Removal. PDR is paintless dent removal that saves your factory finish and is way less invasive than traditional body shop repairs. And it's faster too, sometimes same day. Google Kill a Dent Removal and check out the reviews and photos. Then schedule your repair. Hail baseballs, kids, fender benders, shopping carts, flying cows, angry X's, and anything else that leaves dents. Don't paint your car. Go PDR with Kill a Dent Removal.
Only two things in life are certain: death and taxes. How about one more? Switch from Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile to cut your bill in half with Pure Talk. For just $25 a month, you get unlimited talk, text, 5 gigs of data on America's most dependable 5G network. Making the switch, it's simple, fast, and easy. You dial pound 250, you say the keyword Pure Talk, and make the switch. You do it now, you save an additional 50% off your first month. Pure Talk, wireless, by Americans, for Americans.
Looking for a great deal on a new Lincoln? Come to Tom Roush Lincoln. Select 2024 Lincoln Navigators, now $15,000 off, and get 0% for 72 months. How about an all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus, now $6,000 off with rates starting at 4.9% for 60 months. We look forward to seeing you at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Lincoln Navigator MSRP 104,825. Lincoln Nautilus MSRP 57,785. Offers good through March 31st, 2025. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed mold, mildew, bowing walls, or water in your basement? I hope not, but if you have, your basement is losing the war against groundwater. That's where Indiana Foundation Service comes in, a groundworks company. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to waterproof your basement and stabilize your walls. Schedule your free inspection at indianafoundation.com/row.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Health gives you the ability to love more, feel more, be more. Health gives you the ability to live an extraordinary life. Because every day, no matter the challenges, is a chance to breathe, laugh until your belly aches, cry because you care so much, and experience everything that makes your life truly extraordinary. For 150 years, Franciscan Health has been there, watching extraordinary lives unfold. Love your extraordinary life.
America respects our first responders and veterans, the brave whose business is taking action when calamity strikes. It's dangerous work, often surrounded by sirens, shouting, even gunfire, so hearing loss is probable. First responders can turn to Relay Indiana. If you have trouble hearing on the telephone, visit RelayIndiana.com for voice recognition technology phones that allow the hearing impaired to have normal phone conversations. And there's loaned equipment for those who qualify. Get clarity back on the phone. Visit RelayIndiana.com.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, the impact of tariffs on farmers, but why one Indiana congressman believes it's not all bad. A new leader for the Indiana Democratic Party, and one team is going dancing for the first time in a long time. Those stories and much more headed your way after Fox News on 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis, and it's now 10 o'clock.
Parts of the South and Midwest in tornado tatters. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
When that storm tore through, it was pretty loud. And of course, when I heard the hit, it started raining in my bed.
She is in Georgia, one of 10 states hit by more than 50 tornadoes over the weekend.
The National Weather Service is on the ground right now trying to assess the strength of all these twisters.
Fox Weather's Robert Ray has been out surveying, seeing a lot of homes destroyed.
Destruction across multiple communities here in Mississippi. 2 twisters hit here in Tylertown on Saturday within an hour of each other.
And 3 people were killed in Tylertown. There were 37 more deaths in 7 states. Controversy swirls around deportations. A federal judge ordered halted. But the White House didn't follow that, saying the planes carrying illegal immigrants were allowed already in international airspace.
According to the Salvadoran president, the flights were carrying 238 members of the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua, or TDA, plus 23 members of MS-13. Upon landing, he mocked the judge's order, saying, oopsie, too late.
Fox's Jackie Heinrich at the White House, which is defending the president, invoking something rare, justifying a lot of these deportations.
President Trump has promised to use the Alien Enemies Act since his campaign. It has not been invoked since World War II. Officials here argue Democrats have a tough case to make in favor of returning a plane load of rapists, murderers, and criminals to U.S. soil.
Now more controversy. President Trump's declared that some pardons President Biden issued are null and void, saying in Air Force One.
Because I'm sure Biden didn't have any idea that it was taking place. And somebody was using an auto pen to sign off.
Those were preemptive Biden pardons to shield members of the House committee that investigated President Trump in the January 6th Capitol riot. Trump Truth Social post after midnight warns those lawmakers are now subject to investigation at the highest level. Tomorrow, President Trump plans to talk to Russia's leader still trying to get a ceasefire in Ukraine. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The TIFF with tariffs. Partly cloudy and 34 degrees in the Circle City. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 10:02. Lots of industries in Indiana and around the country are being impacted by tariffs, including farmers.
Crop prices not where they want to be or need to be for farmers, so there's a concern about profitability this year.
Gary Dick with Inside Indiana Business tells WIBC's Tony Katz this morning that you throw in even the potential of tariffs, and that can have a negative impact on what's a very important industry to Indiana. Despite the pain for farmers, Indiana Congressman Jim Baird believes it'll be worth it. Chris Davis reports.
One big reason.
China intends to be the leading world power, and they're doing all kinds of things, not only with tariffs, but they're doing things about letting fentanyl come across our border and really getting involved in the economy around the world and in competition with us as Americans.
Baird tells Wish TV's All Indiana Politics that he, as a farmer, understands what changes to the economy does to farmers, but he believes if they're to have an opportunity for fair trade, the tariffs could make that happen by bringing people together to negotiate. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The Indiana Democratic Party has a new leader. Former State Senator Karen Talion will be the chair of the organization. She previously served in the Indiana Senate from 2005 to 2021. The party announced Talion as the chair on Saturday. An apartment fire in Connorsville on Sunday, and one person died. Firefighters say they did all they could to save that person, but they didn't survive. Now they're trying to figure out what caused the fire. 3 teams from Indiana going to the NCAA women's basketball tournament, including Ball State.
Muncie, party like it's 2009. For the first time in 16 seasons,
Ball State women's basketball is going to the big dance.
The call from Learfield as the Ball State women won the MAC tournament championship. They're a 12 seed in the NCAA tournament, heading to Waco, Texas this week to face 5 seed Ole Miss in the first round. Notre Dame and Indiana also in the field. The only men's team from Indiana to make it this year was Purdue. I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com. It's 10:04. Kendall and Casey coming back in 1 minute.
This is a special notice to all U.S. taxpayers with back taxes to the IRS. Billions in tax relief is now being made available to struggling taxpayers, giving thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars in savings away to those who qualify. If you're facing wage garnishment, threatening letters, audits, liens, levies, or already in a payment plan, you can now expedite the resolution to your tax problem, end collections, and even qualify to reduce a large portion of what you owe. Stop IRS Debt has established a relief hotline for you to call to check what savings and options you qualify for. Dial 800-518-9137. With many people facing job loss and rising cost of living, these special IRS initiatives are designed to aid delinquent taxpayers with the relief that they need to get a fresh start. For a free consultation to see what savings you qualify for, call 800-518-9137. 800-518-9137. 800-518-9137.
You're listening to Rob Kendall.
When we talk about sending money somewhere, we're talking about printing the money because we have no money.
And Casey Daniels.
My government would never lie to me, would they?
On 93 WIBC.
The people are starting to pile in, and you don't have to wait till 1 o'clock to come have some fun downtown. It's Kendall and Casey Show. I'm Rob, that's Casey. We're coming to you live from the Lieutenant Governor's office, 3rd floor of the Indiana State House. We'll be here until noon, and then
1 o'clock.
Oh, do we mingle for an hour? Is that what we do? Is that what we call it?
Well, I have a costume change.
Oh, that's right. You're gonna look. You look just like Taylor Swift in this costume.
Well, you know what? It's a rally, right? We got to get people charged up.
I love the different approach that we took to this. I found a green shirt without holes in it. It was like success, and you're like, I have a costume change.
Yes.
And you know what's interesting? So I was walking around by the way, we're the south end of the 3rd floor. So
inside.
Yeah, inside. Yes. So you will be a climate-controlled environment. Look, the Indiana State House is a cool place. If you've never been, even if you just want to come for that and then stay for the rally, the Indiana State House is a neat place.
It is a beautiful building.
And you can kill a couple hours just walking around, seeing a lot of history, and so it's a great opportunity. But we're 1 o'clock's the property tax rally today, and I was walking around the 3rd floor here, and you know what I saw is, and you see it, they're just lined up, one lobbyist after another. They're sitting there. And look, it's a legal thing.
And they're paid to be here.
But they're paid to be here. And I'm looking at this going, this is your opportunity to lobby for yourself. That's what today is about. Because I always hear, well, you can't beat the system. You can't beat the money. You can't beat we're doing this for you today to give you that opportunity. If you're honked off about what's been going on in this state the last 4 or 5 years, this is your day. We are essentially providing the lobbying service for you, right? We're setting up the system to say if you show up and make some noise, the lawmakers will hear you. And I just thought that was it was jarring to see as I'm walking around the State House about that's who's here.
That's who you're up against.
And that's who people who show up get. You know, what is it? The squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? And so today's your day. You decide. I was talking with some fabulous people that are here, and they said, how many people do you think we'll have? I said, I don't know. I hope it's I hope it's one of the biggest things to ever happen in the State House. But if people don't show up, then property tax, this fight is going to likely fail. So you are in control of what happens here today, but you've got to make the commitment. Is the future of your home, is it worth 2 hours of your time on a relatively decent March day to show up? There's plenty of parking. You got the Circle Center Mall. You've got the parking garage right by the Government Center. You've got on-street parking. It's a nice day. Are you willing to stand up for yourself? This is your opportunity.
Yeah, so just last year in Hamilton County, 70 houses went to auction due to property taxes.
70.
In Hamilton County, 70 houses. In Monroe County, the number goes up to 118. And in Hendricks County, it was 106 6 houses. Now, that's just 3 counties that I've mentioned, and that is nearly 300 homes that were lost due to increases in property taxes. Now, just imagine what that number is if we account for all 92 counties.
Yeah, and so that's what today is about. And again, these people who we've been talking with you about for weeks and months now, they want this to fail today. They want to be able to say, see, you didn't care enough to show up. See, it's not really that big a deal. This is the message to the governor today. Today is the message to the governor to say, we are with you. That's why he's speaking. Look, the governor, a lot of people I know had reservations about the governor when we supported him and when he got elected. He has thus far followed through. He is the reason this thing stays alive in the form that it does, and they are committed, and they have shown this repeatedly, they are committed to getting meaningful property tax reform. But you got to give them the public firepower to stand behind that. And look, it's going to be a heck of a day. You got Hammer as the MC.
Yeah.
You got Micah that's going to speak. You got some state reps that are going to speak. You and I mean, you got a costume change. You're so into it.
Right.
And then of course we've got we've got the governor who's going to close it out. So that is what today is about. Get here. If you have any availability to get here today, show up. It is what is going to drive this conversation for the next 2 months, and we believe in you.
Yeah, and you know what? It sounds like Governor Braun believes in you as well. He is picking Hoosiers. He said we want to reset the rates back to 2021, and it's all calamity if you believe the local governments. Rob, they might just shut down. They would have to turn the lights off if they reset the property rates.
That might be our sign winner. Now, look, I mean, we're handing out signs. By the way, thanks to the Hoosier Liberty PAC who are handing out our signs today. But we said people can bring their own signs, and that may be our sign winner.
Don't forget, you're paying forever.
And there's
You're
Andrea
perpetually
Hundley on that. That is a well-done sign right there. That man should be in the sign creation business, and I'm going to get his full information when we come back, when we go to break, because that is. But that's the energy you're seeing here. You're going to be. This is not going to be some boring, usual government get-together. This is going to be a fun day. Downtown is where it's all happening anyway. And then once you're done, you can go get a beverage or two.
Well, just think of the return on investment. You come here for 1 hour, it could potentially save you hundreds of dollars for years to come.
Plus, my wife is coming.
Is she?
Yeah.
Is she going to be wearing green? Does she have a costume change too?
She's not a costume change. She has green. But if you've always wondered what poor soul married Rob Kendall, she will be here. Everybody is saying this is an important day to show up to. My old man is here. We got Drake, our super fan Drake, providing the security. It's really a heck of a day.
We invite you to come down. It is happening at the Indiana State House. Come inside, 1 o'clock today. One other thing we wanted to mention, that NBC is reporting in November, just 27% of Americans said that the country was headed in the right direction.
That
but
seems
now,
low. Is that low?
That number has climbed up to 44%. The last time it cracked above 40%, you got to go back to 2012.
That's amazing.
Let's hear the clip, Kevin. Number 2.
First of all, the mood of the country. This really jumped out. We asked folks, is it on the right direction or the wrong direction? That 44%, you say right direction, that's up since November. And if that doesn't seem like a lot, the last time it cracked 40%, you got to go back to 2012. The last time it actually hit 44 or higher, January of 2004. So a lot of this is Republicans, but independents, that number is also up since the election on the direction of the country.
And isn't that amazing? That's the exact opposite of what we talked about last hour, which was the Democrat Party has reached an all-time low in popularity in the latest NBC poll. And this poll is saying that the majority of Americans feel like the country's headed in the right direction.
That is fascinating, too, because thus far, I think a lot of people would look at, especially with what's kind of happened with the stock market, and said, ooh, I don't know if what Trump's doing is playing out the way he thought. And yet it gives you a sort of a guidepost of how bad people thought the country was under I almost said Obama. Under Obama.
Same thing.
Under Biden.
Same picture.
That they're like, hey, even though this isn't in the short term paying off, we believe Trump. First of all, it's nice to have somebody who believes in America first, right? Who believes in the country again. I think so many people nobody believed Biden was actually running the country, but the people who were calling the shots, and they said, these people kind of hate this country. And at least with Trump, even if it's not going great in the beginning, he says, wait a second, the long-term goal of this, the long-term planning is to create public policy that puts America first, puts America in a better position, and it shows you how upset people were with the Biden administration that they're saying anything is better than what we had under Joe Biden.
Another thing that happened last night, possibly while you were sleeping, was that President Trump declared that Biden's last-minute pardons before leaving office were void due to the alleged use of the auto pen. Trump said that Joe Biden did not sign them, but more importantly, he did not know anything about them. And so these would affect the pardons of, well, his son, for one, Hunter, and also Fauci and General Mark Milley, the January 6th committee.
So basically his family. Now this is going to set up potentially an interesting legal fight. And I think what Trump's trying to do with this is to get it on the record about how out of it Biden actually was and to prove, hey, this guy wasn't running the country. You know, there's obviously the conversation about the pardons themselves, which is important. But I think the broader conversation, the bigger conversation is how out of it was Biden, how long was he out of it for, who was actually calling the shots in this country, and maybe this will set up a legal fight by which we will get some of that information.
Yeah, I think you nailed it. It's going to become a legal fight. Another thing that Donald Trump did was he ordered the dismantling of the news agency Voice of America. So he said that this is a biased media, and he, of course, put Carrie Lake in charge of that back in December, and she is serving as a senior advisor, and I guess all the employees were told to check their email.
All right, I'm going to take a career risk here. Everybody, we're going to go to a break. Can we make some noise on 3? All right, are we ready? We're at the Indiana State House, ready for the property tax rally. People are piling in. 1, 2, 3.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, very
it's
good.
It's Kendall and Casey broadcasting live from the Indiana State House. It's 93 WIBC.
Indianapolis roads, a total disaster. Some of the worst potholes in America. Am I right?
A car on Keystone Avenue just fell into one the size of a swimming pool.
Disgraceful. These roads should be great again. But right now, they look like the surface of the moon.
Suspension repair shops are making a fortune.
Rigged system. But Matt Baer, he's the guy to trust. Tremendous at avoiding these disasters. Just tremendous.
Matt Baer, making your commute great again. Mornings and afternoons on 93 WIBC.
Hi, I'm Charlie Comer from Comer & Cross Premium Garage Floor Coatings. When your garage floor has stains, cracks, and pits, it makes your whole garage look bad. And a bad epoxy job looks even worse. Look, spring will be here on March 20th. For your best price of the year on your new garage floor, basement, or patio, and installation this spring, please call me now at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. Guaranteed, a Comer & Cross concrete floor coating won't chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. In one day, we make it so easy. We move your stuff out for you. We fix the cracks and pits perfectly. And apply your gleaming new Comer & Cross concrete floor in 6 stages, just in time for spring. For your best price of the year on your new garage floor, basement, or patio, and installation by spring, please call me now at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. Or go to COMERcross.com.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. and happy 50th.
See Tyrese Halliburton, Pascal Siakam, and the Pacers battle Anthony Davis and the Mavericks.
Halliburton to the basket and dunks it.
Celebrate No Chase NA Payoff presented by Corona on Wednesday when the Pacers take on the Mavericks. Visit Pacers.com/celebrate for a special ticket offer starting at $25, which includes a game ticket, 20-ounce draft beer, must be 21, or a soda, and a limited edition No Chase NA Payoff t-shirt. Corona reminds you to relax responsibly. Corona Extra Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois, must be at least 21 to purchase.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or DrexelIN.com.
Oh, Casey, the people are beginning to file in.
I know. I love seeing it. I'm so excited to see everybody and meet all of you guys. Thank you. That's amazing. I just met Bob. Bob and I go back and forth on Twitter a lot.
Oh, how exciting.
And this was the first time we got to meet face to face. So that's kind of, community here. We're pulling everybody together.
Yeah, I mean, we're still 2.5-ish, 2 hours and 45 minutes, whatever it is, before the rally, and people are coming in. So don't wait. It's a party, man. You're meeting like-minded people, hanging out. It's not the Hotel California. You can check out anytime you'd like, and you can leave and come back and and tour the State House. And what a great opportunity. The State House is so historic, such a cool place. We're on the 3rd floor. You can come watch the program, and we'll have signs. The Hoosier Liberty PAC has the signs. And with us is one of the guys that's helping fight for this, State Representative Craig Haggard. Craig, hello.
Hey, how are you doing?
Okay, so you're one of the guys that's fighting for property tax reform. Why is there such a pushback on this?
I think a lot of people, I've seen it up here. I'm kind of a late-in-life politician, so I'm kind of not your standard.
That's why you look so happy.
That's right. I'm not miserable yet. I'm just the old.
Give it a couple of years.
But, we live in a constitutional republic, powers with the people, and this is what I heard on every doorstep. I mean, this and then border security. So something national, but something with the state, and I've seen it affect older folks and things like that. I wrote my bill, which I don't know if any part of it's going to get into that was, I think, 1075 or whatever it was, but it was to protect older folks, unrealized gains, because I just don't believe, number one, I don't believe in property taxes, period.
Yeah.
I don't think that they're
That's why we like
constitutional. Yeah. And so they came up, people said, okay, how are you going to fix it? We got to pay for these things. They always come back with, we have, the essential things, schools, roads, cops, fire, all that kind of stuff. And so one thing I'm really, besides throw my bill aside, J.D. Prescott's bill, that I'm a co-author on, I love that bill because it totally eliminates property taxes.
Yeah.
Because they said, hey, do this, but you got to replace it. And he did.
Yeah.
It is a plan that I think on estimates, $4 to $5 billion more in revenue collected. So you do have that potential to lower that sales tax rate, things like that. But I just think for a family that works their entire life, that whether it serves their country, their community, whoever, pays off that home and then has the threat of losing that home because they can't afford their rent to the government. I just think that's wrong on so many levels. It's immoral. I just think it's wrong.
So Craig Haggard's our guest, state representative. So when what are you, Mooresville, part of Greenwood? Is that, I'm trying to remember your district.
Yeah, Hendricks, Johnson, Morgan County. So Greenwood, Plainfield, parts of Center Grove.
Yeah. So when you're out talking to people, you're saying you heard about the property tax thing. You heard about this from people as one of the top issues they wanted solved.
Almost every household. I mean, almost everyone said, hey, this is an issue. We're concerned with the rates go up. I've talked to, and I spoke with a lot of the voters that, we get the list. Who's your most likely voter? Things like that. Right?
You're on a list.
You're on a list. You made the list. Big Brother's watching. But most of these folks are in their senior years, and these are the ones that start to, hey, we got to plan our life. What money do we have coming in? Retirement, Social Security, things like that. My home's now worth, especially during COVID, it's worth $1 million. I've never received $1 million, but it's worth that now, so pay your fair share. You already hear that stuff. And that was the big push. Nobody was unreasonable. They said, I know we need this stuff, but how do we not fear every year if we'll be able to afford our property taxes and what they're going for? So yeah, it was on every doorstep.
Were you concerned about this before you became a politician and in government, or was this something that you found out about once you and JD kind of started talking?
Well, I would say a lot of this, I mean, to be honest, I found out about a whole lot of stuff that I didn't know about once I became a legislator.
Yeah, you learn, right?
You really do, because it was something that, I traveled all around the world, the country, different places, and I wasn't really dug into a lot of the local politics. And now when I get here, I have to be an expert on everything from, horse teeth to nuclear reactors to property tax. But what I wanted to do from the beginning was make myself available, and I think I'm fairly available, and then listen to those folks. And sometimes you get some stuff and you look into it and say, hey, yeah, maybe that's not a big deal, but more often than not, I was speaking at a Tea Party North event and had a group of folks there that said, hey, we have this problem, will you listen to us? We have folks from the state trying to take our land. I thought, okay, well, I'll check into it, and we'll see if it's real. It was real, and then we got that language killed on the House side. They're trying to put it on the Senate side, so we're still fighting that. But I wouldn't have known that if I wasn't present and didn't listen to the people I represent.
Well, it's interesting that you mentioned the farmland, because we're not only talking about people losing their homes potentially, but generational land that has been within families for years and years, and there's the potential that they could lose the land as well.
No, that's true. You see, especially farmers, like you said, it's generational. Rarely do we have new first-generation farmers. I actually met one the other day in Boone County that was a first-generation farmer, and he's actually on the town council.
Did you ask him if he lost a bet?
Well, he probably did. I always say my wife lost a bet. That's why she's with me.
Yeah, that's right.
But no, you do. When you have a farming in general, we subsidize that. And why do we subsidize farming? Because not only is it a volatile market, but it's a national security asset. But it's tough to say to somebody, hey, come into this where maybe you'll have money one year, you won't for the next 2 years, it could be destroyed, things like that. And when you throw this on top of it, when you have artificially increased property values for farmland in an area that we're all talking about the same area, it really does hurt those other farmers if they want to expand that farm.
Craig Haggard is our guest state representative. Speaking at the rally today at 1 o'clock, man, a lot of people already showing up. It's great that people are getting here this early. Okay, so we had this conversation with JD and a little bit with Micah earlier. When I see people like the Mooresville superintendent stand up and go, well, we're going to have to shut the lights out if you guys do the property tax reform, you just go, we're not capable of having a reasonable conversation because nobody believes you're turning lights out. And so the question is, how do we bridge something which seems pretty reasonable like what the governor wants, which isn't out of property taxes altogether. It's a targeted relief for a and it's a lot of people, which is why we're supporting it. But how do we have a rational conversation when you're dealing with a group of people that are like, well, we'll shut the lights out if we don't get what we want? How do we do that?
Well, and that's frustrating because a lot of people speak in hyperbole. You guys know that better than anybody. It's the world's going to end, right? Well, I don't mean that you are.
You guys have made your living doing it.
Okay, that was not what I meant. But on my side, I hear it all the time, and you'll hear people testify, oh, the world's going to end here, it's going to end there, and as
it's just exaggeration.
Well, it is, and I always kind of bring all this back to being the old Marine Corps kind of guy. Is like, listen, I need to know the information, good or bad. I'm not mad at you either way, but I can't really make
a threat assessment.
I can't make a threat assessment, or I can't look at the battlefield we're on without just reality. And let's start from there. And I usually call those people. I was like, okay, nobody's dying here,
right?
And
your colleagues buy it? Because it seems like these local government people and their crazy assertions get a lot of leeway with the legislature. Like, there's a lot of deference to these people.
I think there's a problem with when you're in this position. You'll hear it a lot when people run for office or this. Everybody thinks this. Everybody thinks that. Well, because we're in that echo chamber, right? And so those people that are in small government, local government, have the ear of a lot of legislators because you see those folks all the time. And
it's like living in a real-life algorithm.
It really is. And I can't speak for them. I don't know their heart. I don't know. But I've had those conversations with those local folks and said, guys, we're not here to destroy you. I get that there are fixed costs. I get your insurance went up 800%, and those are real costs and things like that. But I also know that 100% of every county probably doesn't spend every dollar the correct way.
Yeah.
And so there's always room for improvement.
Well, man, we want to thank you. Craig's going to be speaking at the rally today at 1 o'clock, and we hope you can come. And, man, we just want to thank you for being a voice and having the guts to come on here with us, and then obviously having the guts to speak later. And we really appreciate you stepping up for us.
I appreciate you. Thanks for having me on. Great to meet you both.
Yeah, you too. Craig Haggard. It is Kendall and Casey. You're listening to 93 WIBC.
Lives of up to 3 people. Give blood through the American Red Cross to help.
I was seeing cracks appearing about every 3 years and just wasn't very satisfied with that.
Rhino Shield's a ceramic coating specifically formulated for our unique climate.
I can't speak highly enough about the Rhino Shield crew. They also were great at working with me to get the exact right color because I was very particular.
Visit Rhino Shield's booth at the Flower and Patio Show and learn about their 25-year transferable warranty protection. Plus, receive a free prize.
I would not hesitate to call Rhino Shield, and I am just thrilled to recommend Rhino Shield to my friends and neighbors and family.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
'93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Madness in the Circle City. Right now, partly cloudy, 36 degrees in downtown Indy, a high of 52 this afternoon. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 10:30. That being March Madness when the NCAA men's basketball tournament comes to Indianapolis. Gary Dick with Inside Indiana Business tells WIBC's Tony Katz, basketball brings in big bucks.
Estimated economic impact is about $14 million from that event, so nothing to sneeze at, to be sure. And, you know, the NIT is back, too. The semifinals and championship game of the NIT will be at Butler.
And he says if Purdue can make it to Indianapolis by winning their first couple of games, then that will just add to the economic productivity. The state of Louisiana is set to carry out an execution tomorrow. Barring any last-minute moves, Jesse Hoffman will be the first person executed by the state in more than 15 years. He'll also be the first person put to death by nitrogen hypoxia. He was sentenced to death for raping and killing a woman when he was 18 years old in 1996. Matt Richtman is the first American to win the Los Angeles Marathon in 31 years. Richtman says it took him a while to realize how far out in front he was.
I did have quite a bit of a lead, but I couldn't really tell that. You know, you can't really look over your shoulder and see everything that's going on. So I didn't really know until we actually make a U-turn with, I think, around 3 or 3.5 miles to go. So I was able to see the other competitors.
Richtman, who's from Illinois, finished Sunday's race in 2 hours, 7 minutes and 56 seconds. He beat out the second largest field in LA Marathon history. I'm John Herrick, on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Dads happen. There's a whole lot of stuff that can mess up the look of your vehicle. Don't paint your car. Go PDR with Kill a Dent Removal. PDR is paintless dent removal that saves your factory finish and is way less invasive than traditional body shop repairs. And it's faster, too, sometimes same day. Google Kill a Dent Removal and check out the reviews and photos. Then schedule your repair. Hail baseballs, kids, fender benders, shopping carts, flying cows, angry exes, and anything else that leaves dents. Don't paint your car. Go PDR with Kill a Dent Removal.
Hey guys, it's Rob for Life Church coming to you live from the State House today. And man, it's so great because I've actually met a couple of friends and family we see all the time at Life Church. And one of the great things about Life Church is when you're there, you are like family. Many WIBC listeners have found a home at Life Church over the years. See for yourself why you can actually meet them today. They're awesome people. Campuses in Noblesville, Fishers, Eagle Creek, and Pendleton, plus awesome online services. Learn more about everything on the web, lifechurchin.com.
Premier Deck Coating, the ultimate deck protection. Who are they? Well, they're a sister company of Rhino Shield, and Premier Deck Coating is the product you need if you're tired of applying the same old stain and paint every couple of years to your deck. It's Terry, Stacy, and David and I have a deck that's probably 25 years old. The countless hours and the money that we spend on maintaining that deck never ends. And then we heard about Premier Deck Coating. Family-owned, based right here in Indy, and they are going to completely transform our deck with their special formulated product, which repels moisture, scratch-resistant in virtually any color that we want, and backed by a 10-year guarantee. No more spending time staining or painting every year. Premier Deck Coating will keep our deck looking great for years to come. Premier Deck Coating can also do fences and pergolas, too. For a free quote, call 317-696-4071 or visit premierdeckcoating.com.
Point. Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down.
Ace,
you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Are you wanting comfort and half the price? Now's the time because Lazy Boy and Smith Brothers are 50% off with extra discounts for cash. Thinking about getting outside soon? Berlin Gardens and Pollywood Outdoor Furniture are up to 20% off during the early season sale. Hurry in to Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Sale ends Monday with free delivery.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
You're listening to the Kendall and Casey Show on 93 WIBC.
Casey, they're piling in.
I know, this is incredible. We're so happy to see it. Well, we're doing it for them.
That's right.
Right?
Already a great crowd. We're still, what are we, 2.5 hours before the property tax rally at the Indiana State House. We are here broadcasting live. Are you guys having a good time?
There we go.
And the people are already getting their seats, so come early, come often. It is not the Hotel California. You can check out anytime you like, and you can leave and come back. You can walk around the State House. You can be amongst friends, and that's what today is about. By the time 2.5 hours from now, we want this place packed. We want them to be in the aisleways. We want them to be up the stairs. We want people to be making noise, and we are doing it for you. Look, these lawmakers, I was told by a reliable source, some lawmakers, this is how petty these people are and how much they hate you.
Telling other people not to wear green.
They literally didn't wear green today.
Telling their staff not to wear green.
They hate you so much, and this is your opportunity. We've got all the legalese taken care of. Everything is upright and put together, and you can come and you can tell these people exactly what you think of them. Think about being that petty.
I know. Can you imagine that? That's how much they don't want property tax relief for Hoosiers.
Yeah.
Is that they're telling their staff not to wear green on St. Patrick's Day because they may be confused with someone supporting our cause.
And I was told some Red for Ed people are down there, so maybe we'll have a little counter protest today because, you know, they can't stand any sort of government accountability or the idea that, you know, 7 cents might go back into your pocket. So maybe we'll get to see some. And, you know, the Red for Ed people, they love me, Casey.
Yes, I know. You're one of their favorites.
I might just walk by there during the commercial break just to
start posing for pictures.
To say hello. What do you got? You got some sort of graph.
You know
there.
what? Don is here, and he's going to be joining the rally, and he brought a graph of his property taxes that he's paid, and they go all the way back to 2001. But we want to focus on.
Hang on, real quick here. I don't mean to cut you off. I just want to look at this. So you notice what happens right here, Case?
Yeah.
How much it went down in 2008. Look at how Don, he was at $2 grand. He went down $500 in 2008. Why? Because the property tax cap.
Yeah.
That's how much. So Don was pretty reasonable in 2008.
But then in 2021, he peaked up just above $3,000. And now today, 2024 is the last entry. It's just below $5,000.
So this is a great example, right? So 2008, Don is at $1,500, which was the premise of the prop. You don't have to smile for that. It's a camera. You don't have to. You can engage in this conversation with me. Nick will take care of everything. In 2008, Don's property taxes are reset to $1,500, which is the purpose of the property tax caps. Why they were approved? They were put in the General Assembly, put them in the Constitution. He's at $5,000 now. He's $3,500 over where his reset was because the reset was what was reasonable. The reset is what a bipartisan group of people, the Democrats and Republicans, all voted for property tax caps in 2008. And he's $3,500 every single year above what everybody agreed at the time. This is reasonable. This is where you should be.
And that's why Don is here today, because he wants his voice heard about these skyrocketing taxes. And in Hamilton County last year, 70 houses went to auction due to property taxes. In Monroe County, the number goes up to 118. And in Hendricks County, it was 106 homes. 106 homes went to auction due to property taxes.
And here's the thing, and we talked with Mitch Daniels about this. You notice Mitch Daniels waited until you weren't there to do that interview with us. I'm not saying that's your fault. I'm just saying that.
I think that was just a scheduling thing, but whatever.
Well, when we talked with Mitch Daniels, we talked about, a little bit about how People remember what happened in 07 and 08 because people banded together. And we had Sean Shepard on, who was one of the leaders in 07 and 08 of the property tax movement, and he so fondly remembered. And what we're trying to do here today is something that hopefully 15 or 20 years from now, people will remember that in the same way. Hey, remember that day that all these people came to the State House. Remember that day where all those people, if they had to take off work, if they had to use a vacation day, they gave of themselves. And they gave of themselves so that you can have a better future. And that's what today is really about. It's about giving a couple hours of your time, not only to benefit yourself, but also that 15 or 20 years from now, if the governor is able to utilize this, and that's why he's speaking today, because he believes in it and he believes in you, that 15 or 20 years from now, people are going to remember you the way those people are remembered from 2007, 2008.
That's right. And you know what? We are here to support the governor because he made a choice, and he said, I want to give Hoosiers relief. Let's reset the rates back to 2021. And then that Senate got a hold of it, and they said, oh, no, we can't do that. Why not? Because they were afraid of these bloated local governments who came whining and said, give us your money.
That's right.
Well, our homes are not their pot of gold.
A couple of things we want to remind everybody. We are broadcasting 9 until noon today outside the Lieutenant Governor's office. That's the 3rd floor of the State House. You just come in. It's free to get in the State House. There's no charge. You come out here and hang out with us. We're handing out signs. The Hoosier Liberty Pack provided the signs. They also provided my Cut Property Taxes Now T-shirt, which is actually a child size, Casey. 41 years old, and I can fit in a child size. How about that? How many people can say that? And look, we're going to have a fun time today. Hammer's going to be the MC. Mike is going to speak. Braun will speak. I guess we're going to speak. Boy, I can tell you the speech is going to be it's going to be fun.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what? Let's just do it. Let's just tell everybody. I asked you, what are you going to say?
Yeah.
And you looked at me and you said, well, you know, I'm going to go off the rails.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be fun. And you look, we're going to say some of the things maybe we can't say on the radio.
Oh, boy.
It'll be family appropriate. Yes, you can bring your children, but the point is, this is your chance. That we are betting on you. Braun is betting on you. We're betting that you'll give 1 or 2 hours out of your day to come downtown, to make a little noise, to have some fun. And again, you're dealing with people, Casey, that are so petty. These lawmakers are so petty.
They had their staff not wear green today.
Yes, on St. Patrick's Day. That's how much they loathe your existence as a human being. And you are fighting what you are fighting here. You're fighting on one side, the Senate. The Senate has a guy who runs a company who makes huge money off government construction projects, Scott Baldwin, which are funded with property tax dollars. So they're going to screw you. On the other side, you've got the House that was presented a bill that, as we talked about last week, a man speaking Chinese on LSD would have been more coherent than what Jeff Thompson presented. And this is what you're fighting against. The governor is the guy fighting for you. This is about supporting him today. Micah, obviously, as well by extension. And it's about saying, we're sick of your crap. We're going to show up. We're going to be loud. Then we'll go, you want to go pound some brews and have some libations after? You're going to be downtown anyway.
Right. So come on out here. It's happening at the Indiana State House. The rally is at 1 o'clock. It is inside. We're on the 3rd floor. We're on the south end. And we want to see you here. This is really to your benefit.
And Casey, so we'll have an hour, right? Like noon to 1. And Casey will be signing autographs, taking photos.
Yeah, so will you.
Nobody's going to want that. Everybody came here for you.
No, you know what? I do like to give you a hard time because you're easy to pick on because you're so bombastic many times. However, truth be told, it is Rob Kendall who has mobilized a lot of people in the great state of Indiana, and you've been banging on this drum for years.
Yeah.
And
maybe they'll erect a statue before it's all said and done.
You think so?
But if they did a statue, I'd want it to be of everyone. Like, could they mold a statue of all of us in the photo together and put that outside the State House?
Yeah, that could happen.
All right, what are we doing next? Because Hammer's not here because he's getting ready.
Hammer's not going to join us, but we're going to talk about how Donald Trump did in his golf tournament. Did you see that?
Did he win?
He did.
He always wins, right?
Of course he did.
There's no way they're going to let him lose. Sir, that putt is not good. But it's 8 feet out.
Right. You're listening to Kendall and Casey. It is 93 WIBC.
Hammer and Nigel show 3:06 this afternoon. Rob Kendall will recap the property tax rally. Guy Relford in studio and more Hammer and Nigel Records madness.
Hey guys, it's Rob from my friends at Save a Tree. So a couple weeks ago, I called Save a Tree, the tree, shrub, and lawn experts. Sean came out to my house and he gave me some great ideas on how to make my lawn the envy of the neighborhood. How to make it look great after some tough winter weather. And here in a little bit, the guys from Save a Tree are going to be coming out, and I'm looking forward to my yard being thriving, and I can't wait to enjoy it all summer long. Calling Save a Tree seems like it's going to be one of the best home upgrades I ever made. See how beautiful your yard can be. Set up your own evaluation at saveatree.com. That's SAVATREE.com. Or dial pound 250 on your smart device. Say the keyword Save a Tree. That's pound 250, keyword Save a Tree. Save a Tree can treat your lawn so it's weed-free and looks picture perfect. There's so much Save a Tree can do to make your lawn the lawn you've always wanted. SAVATREE.com. Tell them Rob sent you.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text ENERGY to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text ENRGY to 42424. That's ENERGY to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Recent talk about rising interest rates and economic uncertainty may have you wondering if now is the right time to sell your home. Will I get the price I need? Will it take too long? The good news, you don't have to figure this out by yourself. There's a friendly, no pressure, experienced agent who eats and sleeps Indianapolis real estate, Mark Deedle. Maybe you want guaranteed no hassle home sale, but don't want to give up hard-earned equity to do it. Mark Deedle guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. Listen to what Greg in Franklin had to say about working with Mark Deedle. My tenant moved out of my investment property and I was ready to sell. I heard about Mark on the radio and everything they say is true. In 15 days on the market, I had a cash offer I wanted on the property. Selling with Mark Deedle was fast, easy, and profitable. Call the local Indianapolis agent I trust and recommend, and the agent who guarantees your home sold or he'll buy it. Call Mark Deedle at 317-755-4232 for all the details, or go online to markdeedle.com. That's Mark, DIETEL.com. Tell him Rob sent you.
Why do so many foundation, basement, and crawl space companies ask for half your money up front? Could it be because that's easier to get than earning all your trust? At the Michaelis Corporation, they believe trust is earned, not demanded. That's why they do things differently. They start with a free inspection, no strings attached, to give you an honest assessment of what your home needs. No pressure, no surprises. When it's time for the work, they don't ask for a deposit or any upfront payment. Not a single dollar until the job is complete and you're 100% satisfied. That's how they've been earning trust for over 39 years. Whether it's sagging floors, moisture control, concrete repair, or a full crawl space encapsulation, you can count on Michaelis for repairs that last. Don't trust just anyone with your home. Choose the company that puts your trust first. Text or call 844-FIXED-INDY today. That's 844-FIXED-INDY. The Michaelis Corporation, building trust beneath your feet.
This is a special notice to all U.S. taxpayers with back taxes to the IRS. Billions in tax relief is now being made available to struggling taxpayers, giving thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars in savings away to those who qualify. If you're facing wage garnishment, threatening letters, audits, liens, levies, or already in a payment plan, you can now expedite the resolution to your tax problem, end collections, and even qualify to reduce a large portion of what you owe. Stop IRS Debt has established a relief hotline for you to call to check what savings and options you qualify for. Dial 800-518-9137. With many people facing job loss and rising cost of living, these special IRS initiatives are designed to aid delinquent taxpayers with the relief that they need to get a fresh start. For a free consultation to see what savings you qualify for, call 800-518-9137. 800-518-9137. 800-518-9137.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do
Let's play something, Grandma.
became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Plumbing problems stink. The LD Smith Crew can handle anything. Call today for $50 off any plumbing repair, big or small.
LD Smith Plumbing.
A dirty, stinking honest.
Kendall and Casey.
I'm a young, up-and-coming professional. We are people who want to work. We want to engage. We don't want to be freeloaders. And yet, it makes it very hard for young people to actually do that.
Kendall and Casey, 9 till noon on 93 WIBC.
Well, my name's John Lee Pettimore.
You got your husband totally trained. He just brought you like a cup and some suckers.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean,
there's some chocolate
chocolates.
in there. I asked him if he had any candy. And he brought some candy for me.
It's the Kendall and Casey Show. I'm Rob. That's Casey. We're coming to you live today from the Indiana State House. We're on the 3rd floor, south end, getting ready for the property tax rally. And people are it's already starting to fill up, Casey.
Mm-hmm.
People are getting pumped.
Yeah.
They're showing up. And you don't have to wait. You can show up at 1 if you want, but if you want to be around like-minded, liberty-minded people who are here having a good time, mingling, getting to know each other. And again, it's you can tour the State House while you're here. You don't have to just sit around us the whole time. The State House, everybody needs to tour the State House at least once. It is such a cool venue, regardless of what your opinion of the government is. There's a lot of history in this place. It's really neat. And get here a little early. Come walk around the State House and enjoy it. Make a day of it. And then after the property tax rally, you go pound some brews at your favorite local establishment. Drink responsibly.
It really is a beautiful building, and this is a great opportunity to come see what you pay for.
Yeah. And it is like the architecture, the structure, the way things are made in here. There was no taxpayer expense spared, so you might as well get to see it, Casey.
Mm-hmm.
So Hammer's back at the studio because he's going to MC the rally, so he's getting some stuff put together for the show. He's actually got a big interview coming up this afternoon.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you saw this over the weekend. You probably did because it was just everywhere.
Yeah.
That bartender at that Chatterbox bar in Indianapolis.
That's right.
Who threatened a couple of Trump supporters with a bat and then actually kicked them out of the bar after they spotted the MAGA hat.
All right, two questions. Have you ever been threatened with a bat or kicked out of a bar?
Never been threatened with a bat, and no, I don't believe I've ever been kicked out of a bar.
Yeah, look, I'm pretty proud to say, Casey, and I've drank a lot over the years, that I've never been kicked out of a bar either. So if I can achieve not getting kicked out of a bar, I mean, it's a pretty high standard to get kicked out of a bar.
So I think the interesting thing about this, and
it was at the Chatterbox, right?
Yeah, Hammer and Nigel are interviewing one of the women, and that's going to air today at a little after 5 o'clock on the Hammer and Nigel show. So I think it's good to get both sides of the story
well,
here.
And this is a national news story now, right? Like this is long past, hey, this is something local or Indianapolis or whatever. It's a national news story. So that's really a great get for Hammer and Nigel that they're going to interview one of these women today coming up at is it 5 o'clock? Is that
yeah,
right?
it is. It's 5 o'clock. But if Masterpiece Cake Shop has to bake the cake, then doesn't Chatterbox have to serve the beer?
Well, it is, and this has become part of the conversation, right? Is what's the old saying? What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Right.
Now
they made the rules, right?
And so we'll see. I mean, look, there's still some facts coming out about the thing. More information's coming out. Hopefully, Hammer and Nigel will be able to get some more information from the guests that they're going to have this afternoon. And like I said, this is long past being some local story. It's obviously a national story. And you're right, Casey. Though a lot of times it seems like the left says one thing, and then the left responds or does another. And it'll be interesting to see as the facts continue to come out exactly what went down there.
Yeah. And it is Kendall and Casey. We're broadcasting live from the Indiana State House. And Donald Trump, he claims he won the 25 Club Championship of Trump International Golf Club. This happening in Palm Beach, Florida.
When did he shoot? Does it say?
Let me see here. No. I don't have his exact score, but
now my question would be: did he?
How many mulligans did he take?
Well, did he putt everything out? How many foot wedges did he use? Do we have the tweet where he says he won, or the truth? Did I see that on your computer list there of his? Like I thought I saw you just had the screen up there where it had his tweet or his post or something. Because I wanted to. Oh yeah, there it is. I don't have the music, but I'll take a stab at it. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I just won the golf club championship. Probably my last.
Oh.
At Trump International Golf Club in Palm Beach County, Florida. Such a great honor. The awards dinner is tonight at the club. I want to thank the wonderful golf staff and all of the many fantastic golfers and my foot wedge. Oh no, he didn't say that. That participated in the even. I don't think I think he meant event.
In the event.
And then I love my favorite thing about the Trump tweets is always the like 2 or 3 word thoughts at the end. Such fun.
Mm-hmm.
I think Trump is actually one of the better presidential golfers. All things being
well, he
said.
owns 16 courses, 16 golf courses,
in
right?
August 2023, this is in August 2023, he shot a 67, and that was in Bedminster,
At
right?
Bedminster,
yeah,
right.
I think that's where the live golfers play.
So he calls himself a good golfer and an athlete with many championship wins.
Now, like I won the Brownsburg Christian Church Golf League 3 years in a row, Casey.
You
would
did?
Would I be able to call myself an athlete?
Absolutely.
I mean, Ernie, my partner, and I, we dominated that thing. So I'm going to lump myself in there. I would call myself an athlete as well.
Whenever anybody talks about Donald Trump's golf game, I'm reminded of the debates when him and Joe Biden got into it about their golf game. And like how ridiculous that whole thing was.
Well, look, Trump is infinitely more together than Biden would ever dream of being at this stage of the existence.
For sure.
And look, he should be a good golfer. He owns golf courses. All he does in his free time is play golf. He should be good at golf, but you've got to play. That's really the key. See, people don't understand how
it's a deteriorating skill.
It is how hard it is to be good at golf. You got to play 2-3 times a week minimum. Or practice, and practice is really boring. So, and I can say this as someone who was decent but refused to practice. Practice is boring. I don't see Trump doing a lot of practicing. I think the playing is what has made him a
I'm
better
looking
golfer.
at your dad because I know he likes to golf.
Oh, he was a really good golfer.
He's missing out on playing a brisk round today because he's here at the State House with us.
Yeah, he. You know, it was one of the greatest days of my life where I was finally able to beat my old man at golf. Is that petty of me?
Yeah.
One of the crowning achievements of my life was where my father became so old and I made him play from the back tees. No, come on, old man. You're going to play with the rest of us.
Hey, coming up next hour, Glenn Adams is going to join us as we continue our broadcast from the Indiana State House. Rally's coming up at 1 o'clock today, and we hope to see you here with Kendall and Casey on 93 WIBC.
Hammer and Nigel here for Window Nation. Winters are long here in the area, and if you're tired of seeing and feeling that winter weather coming in past your old windows like I was, you need Window Nation. Their high-quality, energy-efficient windows will get rid of those drafts to keep your costly heat inside, lower your monthly utility bills, and keep your home comfortable year-round. And they're affordable, too. Right now, get 2 windows free for every 2 you buy. Plus, with 0 down and no payments or interest for 2 years, you could get new windows installed in 1 day and not pay anything until 2027.
Imagine what you could do with all that extra money in your pocket. Plus, they're guaranteed for life. Don't miss out on your chance to take advantage of the buy 2, get 2 for free promotion, and you don't pay anything until 2027. Schedule your fast free estimate right now at 866-90-NATION or go to windownation.com.
The following is a paid advertisement by Family Vacation Getaways with the purpose of soliciting sales of vacation ownership. For complete details and restrictions, please visit fvgradio.com. If you want a 100% complimentary stay in Cancun at a luxury resort, then Family Vacation Getaways is your ticket to paradise. We're giving away 5 days and 4 nights to the first 50 callers who can name an animal that lays eggs and is not a bird. An animal that lays eggs and is not a bird. Do you know it? Call now at 800-417-6411. That's 800-417-6411. You may also be eligible for an exciting bonus vacation in Orlando, Florida for just $398. And don't worry about anything ruining your plans. We can extend your stay for up to 18 months. Name an animal that lays eggs and is not a bird, and you get a complimentary Cancun resort stay and an optional bonus vacation in Orlando for just $398. What are you waiting for? Call 800-417-6411. Again, call 800-417-6411 and give us your answer. The proceeding is not a contest or sweepstakes. It is a paid advertisement by Family Vacation Getaways and is not sponsored by or affiliated with this station or program.
From a fast break to recovery, Indiana hospitals are here for every Hoosier, regardless of their ability to pay. That's why we're teaming up with legislators on a winning playbook to lower costs and protect access to care across our communities. Because good policy doesn't leave anyone on the sidelines. Learn more at HoosierLifeline.com.
Paid for by the Indiana Hospital Association.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors. For 1951 cabinetry, visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or DrexelIN.com.
Parents, teachers, school board members, do you want your school to experience the richness of academic freedom or the constraints of a one-size-fits-all federal mandate called Common Core Standards? Advocates for academic freedom is for educational excellence and local control of your school. Come join the fight for your children's education. You can contact us at advocatesforacademicfreedom.org or call 1-715-234-5072.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, the bar owner says one thing, but the guests say another. You'll hear what happened in downtown Indianapolis this weekend. Plus, what city leaders in Lawrence are saying about their boil water advisory they issued over the weekend. Those stories and more after Fox News on 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis, and it's now 11 o'clock.
Just destroyed it.
Fox's Steve Harrigan's is in another Alabama community hit hard, Winterboro.
You can hear those chainsaws in the background. It's certainly a tough scene to look at when you drive by these destroyed houses.
And he's standing in front of a school that got twisted apart.
It pretty much got leveled by a tornado, actually threw a school bus on top of that school. Volunteers have taken it down. A lot of the volunteers we've seen helping with the cleanup and recovery are actually students at this high school, which was destroyed.
The Trump administration's defending the weekend deportations a federal judge had ordered halted.
The actions of President Trump made this country safer.
Borders are Tom Holman tells Fox.
And we removed over 200 violent criminals from the United States.
The president calls the illegal immigration surge during the Biden years an invasion, so this is a time of war, and he invoked the Alien Enemies Act of 1798.
This wartime authority gives the president the power to deport non-citizens without a judicial hearing. The act has only been invoked 3 other times in American history. On Saturday, a federal judge ordered the Trump administration to stop the deportations to see if its invocation was legal. But the White House says 2 planes carrying alleged Venezuelan gang members were already in international airspace when the judge's ruling came down, so they argue they did not defy a court order.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. Tomorrow, President Trump will talk to Russia's leader, trying to get Vladimir Putin to agree to a ceasefire to end the war in Ukraine. The president said last night they'll discuss possible terms.
We'll be talking about land. We'll be talking about power plants. That's a big question.
The Chicago River's dyed green, a color many Americans are wearing today, celebrating St. Patrick's Day. The nation's biggest parade starting now in New York City. A few million people expected to be there. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What happened at the bar, and does it add up? Partly cloudy and 38 degrees in downtown Indy. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 11:02. This happened at Chatterbox Jazz Club on Mass Ave in downtown Indianapolis late Friday night.
Hey, I have a question.
No, we're not answering
Why?
questions. Get
Why?
out of the car.
Why?
Because you're a Trump supporter.
I know, but don't you guys want our money?
No, actually we don't.
Elise Hensley and her friends say they were kicked out of the bar because a few of them chose to wear hats that support President Trump. Chatterbox management say Hensley and her friends intentionally misgendered and harassed a Chatterbox employee, resulting in them being asked to leave. Repairs have been completed and the Fort Harrison water treatment plant is back in service. While water service has been restored, the boil water advisory in Lawrence is still in effect. As a precaution, city leaders say they're trying to complete the required safety testing. There was a water main break in Lawrence over the weekend, which caused the advisory to go into effect. Tornadoes touched down across Indiana this past weekend as well. EF2s hitting Pike County and Gibson County. There were smaller ones as well.
3 of those tornadoes were EF1 variety with estimated peak wind speeds of 105 to 110 miles per hour.
Jason Puma with the National Weather Service says those tornadoes touched down in Jackson, Park, and Davies counties. $2.93 a gallon is the statewide average for gas today, says Gas Buddy. That's up 7 cents from this time last week. The cheapest gas in the state is in Bloomington at $2.51. With today being St. Patrick's Day, how Irish is Indiana? Well, here's Terry Stacy to break it down.
According to some new analysis from CanadaSportsBetting.ca, the Hoosier State ranks 31st among the most Irish states and provinces in North America, with Marion County having the largest Irish population, with close to 30,000 residents claiming Irish ancestry. Lake County number 2, third Hamilton County with 14,468 Irish residents, followed by Allen and St. Joseph counties, rounding out the top 5. Terry Stacy, WIBC Mobile News.
And I'm Sean Herrick. On the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com. It's 11:04. Kendall and Casey coming back in 1 minute.
If you love spring and Indy but hate to paint, do what Lynn did. She called Rhino Shield.
It is a single-wide manufactured home. We moved from our home, which we had the Rhino Shield on. Rhino Shield was what we were going to do. That was no question. We knew we were going to do it.
Rhino Shield's a ceramic coating. It's not paint, it's better.
The Rhino Shield representative came, and we discussed what we wanted done. This time, we had the roof done as well.
Visit Rhino Shield's booth at the Flower and Patio Show and learn about their 25-year transferable warranty protection. Plus, receive a free prize.
Even the people that have been a little younger than us have that. They don't have to worry about getting just an everyday painter because Rhino Shield has the 25-year warranty, and we truly believe in this product.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino!
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
You're listening to Rob Kendall.
When we talk about sending money somewhere, we're talking about printing the money because we have no money.
And Casey Daniels.
My government would never lie to me, would they?
On 93 WIBC.
That was amazing.
Wasn't that awesome?
You hit the post on your promo while Kevin was sliding you up.
I know. We've got the intro to our show coming, and our Nick,
Look at all these people. Look at all these people who are filing it. All right, on 3. There's maybe somebody out there that's like, I don't know. Are there a lot of people there? Should I be a part of this? On 3, we're going to have everybody make some noise to tell the people who are on the fence if they should come up today, whether they should be here at the State House. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. And we're still 2 hours away from the event.
I know. We are getting loud, and we are proud to be here. It is Kendall and Casey broadcasting live from the Indiana State House. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, there's your costume winner
right there. I
there.
love it. Somebody
awesome.
just showed up with a leprechaun hat.
And a beard.
Speaking of surprises.
Yes.
We might have a musical surprise to open the rally.
Oh, how exciting.
Yeah.
So a lot of people filing in. You can come early. You can tour the State House. It's the Kendall and Casey Show live from the State House. We're at the 3rd floor, south end, right outside the Lieutenant Governor's office. That is where, oh, look at that. It's a My Man Mitch retro shirt.
Look
yes.
at that.
Yes, yes. And, boy, we're just having a great time. People are mingling. You're amongst friends here today day, and ultimately we want to put as many people here as we can to send a message to these lawmakers, because they have totally screwed you over the past 4 or 5 years, and today is your day, your chance, your opportunity to show up and make some noise.
Yes, and we're having some fun while we're here as well. So we invite you to come if you're kind of on the fence on whether it's worth it. Oh, it's worth it, because think of just the hour of time that you could be investing in coming down here will pay off for years and years to come, especially if we're able to get those property taxes lowered.
Yeah, and this is it. If you're somebody who's been passionate about your property taxes, which most people are and should be, this is it. This is the Custer's last stand, right? Mm-hmm. These politicians who loathe you, are cheering for this to fail today. They're saying, we hope nobody shows up, which that's clearly not happening, but we need to blow the doors off this thing and make some noise and be loud and show these lawmakers, hey, we are serious about property tax reform, and today is the day. That's right.
Another great sign right in front of us, Rob. Our home is not your piggy bank.
I love that. And you love the passion. People are wearing their green. And, boy, it's going to be an exciting day here at the Indiana State House coming up at 1 o'clock. So we'll be here till noon. Then we're going to mingle around for a while, and then you're saying there's some musical festivities that are going to start at 12:30?
Possibly.
Thematic, musical. How exciting. Hey, we do have
You need some walk-on music, right?
Oh, my goodness. Can you imagine? But, we also have to thank the folks here at the State House, Department of Administration, the Lieutenant Governor's office, who has worked really, really hard to get all the I's dotted and the T's crossed, because you know how I am, Casey. I don't put any actual work into anything. I just show up places. But the Lieutenant Governor's office really working hard today to get this thing ready to go. So don't waste this opportunity. Get to the Indiana State House today, and let's send a message to the General Assembly.
So your President Donald Trump, he was on Full Measure, and he was talking about the release of the Epstein files. But as he was answering the question about the Epstein files release, he seemed to be focusing mostly on the Kennedy files. Kevin, it's number 3, if you could play that for us.
Well, Pam Bondi's done a phenomenal job in every respect. And there could have been some holdback. I haven't heard too much about it, but they could. But the bottom line is the records are getting out. The Kennedy records are getting out. Those are the ones they really wanted to see the most, with the Kennedys. And during my administration, as you know, I released a lot of them, but then a lot of people started coming in, people that I respected, people that worked for the administration, asked me not to release the rest. And I respected that. They gave me certain reasons, but I respected that. And I did say, I must tell you, I said that probably wish I did release the whole thing, because I have no idea what's in there. But since then we found 2,000 more documents on Kennedy. And the one they want most is Kennedy, and it's going to be released. It's moving along, and it's moving along pretty rapidly. It doesn't go that rapidly.
Weeks maybe, or longer?
I say weeks. Yeah, I say weeks.
It's pretty interesting that he said the files that people want most are the Kennedy files.
I thought people wanted the Epstein files.
That's what I thought as well.
I don't know. That sounds like a pivot to me.
Yeah, it does. Exactly.
It does, doesn't it?
I don't know if you saw Pam Bondi gave Donald Trump a tour of the DOJ, but as they walked into the DOJ, they turned around and saw his picture, Donald Trump's picture, hanging there, which he seemed to be very proud of.
Well, again, just a reminder, if you're hearing us and saying, what is going on? What is all that noise in the background? We are here at the Indiana State House today, broadcasting live 9 until noon, and then the property tax rally is today at 1. This is your opportunity to have your voice heard, to speak up, to speak to these lawmakers. You will be able to make a lot of noise in the State House today, but you've got to show up. If you don't show up, these lawmakers are going to go say, see, it doesn't matter we treated them like garbage. See, it doesn't matter we treated them like dirt. See, it doesn't matter that their property taxes have doubled or tripled. These people, they didn't care that much anyway. So, are you guys mad about property taxes? Oh, that didn't seem very loud. Are you guys mad about property taxes?
They are. They're mad and they're here. And boy, we're going to let those lawmakers hear from all of us. And it's the thing with personal liberty. You can't actually achieve it if you're not actually allowed to ever own your property. And the way it is right now, we're all currently renting from the government.
Look at this. These
I
guys.
know that's a huge, well, and there they go.
There's Lopez.
Bunch of signs
Jerry's
there.
here.
Property tax is theft. That's what the sign says. So
I
if you'd
love
like
this.
one of these green signs, come down to the Indiana State House and get involved with the property tax relief rally. We've got Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith who's going to be speaking. Some representatives will be speaking. Jason Hammer from the Hammer and Nigel Show is going to be the MC. Rob and I, of course, will speak, and then we're going to wrap the whole thing up and hear from our governor. And that's what we're doing here today. We're supporting him and his plan because he said that he wanted those rates to be reset to 2021.
Yeah, and that's really the thing, right? This was a compromise bill. It was taking the people who, there's a lot of people who don't want property taxes, period, right? Like we're some of those people. And the governor presents this very reasonable compromise that resets rates on only a select group of people, right? New construction not impacted, businesses not impacted, apartments not impacted, rentals not impacted. It was a very reasonable compromise. And these lawmakers,
one after another, you would think all calamity was going to break loose.
Yeah, they hate you so much that they don't want you to have anything because taxes are power and taxes are control. And that's what this fight is about. Property taxes are the issue, but this is an issue of a struggle, a fight for control and for power, and these people want to keep that control and power over you.
It is Kendall and Casey broadcasting live from the Indiana State House. The crowd is growing bigger and bigger by the minute.
Of course. When I went to the Rolling Stones concert, ever told you that story when I went to the Rolling Stones concert?
Yeah.
And so you get there, like
general admission.
Well, so it was the closer the earlier you get there, the closer it is. And there's a couple thousand people when you arrive, but by the time it was at the track, there's like 65,000 people, and the people keep pushing forward, right? Pushing forward. And I finally looked back and I turned to the dude next to me and said, only place left for us to go is up on that stage.
To the front row.
The only place for us to go is back in Micah's office.
In the lieutenant governor's office.
Yeah. All right, let's take a break. What do we got coming up next?
It is, you want to talk about... We'll figure it out.
Oh, you've gone to the Rob Kendall School of Broadcasting, I see. We'll figure it out.
We'll discuss it. It is Kendall and Casey on 93 WIBC.
Some post and some love to tweet, but we think you calling is neat. Some happy, some sad, and some really mad. That's why this station's a treat.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
From 93 WIBC, I'd rather be folding laundry.
This is gonna be fun.
Said no one ever. Also, no one enjoys wasting time in traffic. That's why we love saving you time. Matt Baird Traffic.
Backups are already starting.
On 93 WIBC.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP.
Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
One of the real advantages that we have here at Hendricks is the scope of the services that we have to offer in orthopedics.
Whether they have a hip fracture or they're a high-functioning athlete, we're all working towards the same thing.
To have them be able to have an elective surgery safely and then go home also in a safe fashion is of utmost importance.
We very much want everyone to get back to doing everything that they were doing beforehand. We're really invested in it.
Unstoppable orthopedic care. Learn more at hendricks.org/ortho.
I'll say this.
There are no entries in the Hoops Fan Hall of Fame who didn't show up to the game. Yes, you in the back.
Professor, March Madness is coming to Indianapolis. Are we ready?
You prepared to bring the fire? Give it 110 from tip to the final buzzer? Oh, you're ready. The NCAA Sweet 16 and Elite 8, March 28th and 30th in Indianapolis. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MVB tickets. Class dismissed.
We all have people in our lives we interact with. Maybe it's your favorite barista, a neighbor who waves to you every morning, a coworker you grab lunch with, or maybe it's me, the hairstylist you've gone to for years. What if you learned I had a substance use disorder? Would it change how you see me? It's okay to see the addiction, but when you choose to see the person, not just their disease, it can help change someone's life. Learn more at cbeyondtheaddiction.org.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or drexelin.com.
Well, good morning and thank you for listening. It is Kendall and Casey broadcasting live from the Indiana State House. My name is Casey Daniels. I have no idea where Rob Kendall went.
You've lost one.
I did. I lost one. And that is the voice of Jerry Lopez. I was like, Jerry, have a seat. Talk to me. Thank you for coming out and supporting us today with this property tax rally. And I heard from somebody who was walking by earlier, said that they were a school teacher, lived in their home for 30 years. It's completely paid off. However, they still continue to pay property taxes.
Did I miss the start of the show?
Oh, hi, Rob. This is the broadcast.
Well, I was thanking all the people for coming.
I know.
You guys are being
we handled it.
Very selfish.
No,
Got some on your chin right there.
Do I?
I don't know what it is. Nope, you missed it.
For real?
There, it's gone.
Yeah, I was listening on the way down to you.
You were just going to let her broadcast with that thing on her chin.
Was it chocolate?
It's not video. It's not video. But you were talking about all the houses that were sold due to auction. And just to hear that is so jarring. These people losing the houses that they've paid for because they can't pay taxes on those houses in the future. You've already bought the house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a shame that this is happening. It's a shame that Republicans are the one doing it to us. And it's a shame that for the most part, we're just happy with Republican winning, and we're not really paying attention to what they're doing to us.
I can't believe after all those years of bragging, say I've never missed the start of a segment.
Today was the day it happened.
But in fairness, I was working. I was doing the thing. I was talking to the fine people who have shown up today. I love it now. She's obsessed in the mirror.
Now I'm checking to make sure I don't have something on my face. You said I had something on my face. But you're right, Jerry. In Hamilton County last year, 70 houses went to auction due to property taxes. In Monroe County, the number goes up to 118. And in Hendricks County, it was 106 homes. And I was talking about how that teacher, we have a school teacher who is a retired school teacher, walked by and he said he's been in his home for 30 years. He's always had to pay these property taxes. And he said he thinks over the life of the home, he's paid over $50,000 worth of property taxes. And he owns the home, but actually not really, because he's just continually renting from the government.
That's gross, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It is. And to your point, they sent emails to their coworkers or employees saying, don't wear green today.
Yeah.
I mean,
they did.
This is crazy. These are Republicans doing it to us.
Yeah. So this is one of the things that I think a case will be made today is when Kamala Harris is running for president, she wants to tax these super rich is always the phrase they use, guys like Elon Musk, but their wealth is in stocks and they know that. So that's an unrealized capital gain. And when she proposed that, everybody rightfully said, you're a crazy communist, Marxist, so-and-so, right? But this is the exact thing that property taxes are. It's an unrealized capital gain. You are not selling your home, yet you are being punished for what the guy down the street from you does. You are being punished for being a good steward of your property. I was thinking about this weekend. I was doing some stuff around the yard. What's even the point of this? All I'm going to do is potentially get punished for making my home nicer.
Yeah, if you hook up your backyard, do landscaping and different things like that, your property taxes are going to go up. But they hope you do that.
It is, and these Republicans know this here. They're the same people that were criticizing Kamala Harris. They're the same people who were saying, this is not how America works. And they're right, but then they're doing the exact same thing here. Mm-hmm. And you look at it, say that to them, and they just go, nuh-uh.
Yes, you are.
And I would like to get on the record that this whole thing is because of Rob Kendall.
Oh, no.
And I say that because of this. When I first met you, it was things like this that made me not like you. And I'm like, oh, dude, you are making us look bad. But it's real. They are doing it to us.
Yeah.
And we need to be here to stand up to them. Listen, we see them walking around. They see everybody here.
Yeah.
When you say it's things like that make us look bad, you're thinking white hat, black hat.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Team sport.
But this is your day, and I think that's important for people to realize. You know, we have a lot of fun about me taking credit for things. This is about you showing up today. Yes, it's an issue I've been passionate about for a long time, but this is your day. You have been that may be your contest winner right there, Casey.
That's a good one.
You have been abused by the government for a long time, and everybody gets ahead but you. Go to your local, if you live in suburban Indiana, go to your local school system. They're doing much better than you're doing.
And it's not like the governor didn't. This is SB 1.
Right.
Number 1.
Yeah.
And they're like, nah. Nah.
So if you're on the fence, you got to get here today. You got plenty of time still to get down here. There's plenty of places to park. You park at the mall, the government center. There's still probably some on-street parking, and people are flooding in. And this is the day is meant to be fun. The day is about your opportunity to see other people view this the same way that I do. I am not alone. I am amongst friends in saying I'm sick and I'm tired of the government using my house as a personal piggy bank.
As a piggy bank, yeah. And that's what they've been doing. And they're continuing to do it. And the cost of that rent that you're paying to the government just keeps getting higher and higher year after year. And we're led to believe that the schools are going to shut down, that there won't be any police or fire department.
No lights in Mooresville, Casey.
No lights, no snowplows, no library.
It's the night that the lights went out in Mooresville.
Well, what happened in 2021? Did we have all of those things in 2021?
Yeah, that's a great point, right? And that's the ridiculousness of it. So today is your day. This is your one shot. There won't be another one of these. And this will drive the next several weeks, because what's going to happen is they're going to put something stupid through the House. I mean, again, Jeff Thompson sounded like a man speaking Chinese on LSD. There's no way they're going to make any sense out of any of that. So then you're going to go to the conference committee. And that's where the doing is going to get done. It doesn't matter what comes out of the House. But today is the catalyst for what will be the governor's ability, right? You are essentially, if you can picture this, you are creating today, if you show up here, the wind at the governor's back to fight for you, to fight for those bill resets over the next 6 weeks. That is what today is about. If you want your and by the way, even if you don't care about property taxes, just to piss these lawmakers off, just to make these lawmakers, I would show up just for that.
Yeah,
I'm a spiteful enough person that I would give 2 hours out of my day just to piss these lawmakers off, just to see how mad I could make Scott Baldwin. I would show up here today just for that.
Hey, and on the backside of it, it is St. Patrick's Day, so there's a lot of things going on downtown, going on afterwards. So come on out. This is awesome. I've met a couple people from the YouTube chat, and it's cool to meet these people in person. This is hilarious.
That is amazing.
What is
we
this?
have a leprechaun.
We have a leprechaun.
We have
That's
a leprechaun.
great.
He just said, I'm the leprechaun.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. And he's got beads.
He's got a sign that says, feeling lucky, you shouldn't with high property taxes. That is awesome.
Yeah!
Awesome.
Give it up for the leprechaun! All right. I can't see the clock because you started the show without me.
Yeah. Glenn Adams is going to join us, Rob. Tell everybody who Glenn Adams is.
Glenn Adams is a Brownsburg town councilman. He is one of the fine people who is recognized as a local government person that you can make some cuts, and the world won't end. Maybe we'll talk about the $4 million empty patch of grass in Brownsburg when we come back. He sent me a text. I assume that he's either dead or going to be here soon, one of the two.
Okay, well, he's scheduled to join us coming up. It's 93 WIBC.
For over 20 years, Howard Bailey Financial has been helping families just like yours gain clarity, confidence, and purpose with personal and practical financial strategies. And now, we're offering our full suite of services on Rangeline Road, right in the heart of Carmel, making it even easier to meet with our experienced team face-to-face. Whether you're planning for retirement, navigating life transitions, or just need guidance for your financial future, we're here to walk with you every step of the way. Text Carmel to 888-262-1104 to download a free retirement resource. Howard Bailey Financial, helping you turn hope into a plan and dreams into reality. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Many times, patients have symptoms they didn't know were actually related to their airway breathing issues.
I was suffering from sinus issues, jaw issues, and neck pain. I guess I just kind of had my breaking point.
Unfortunately, this is typical. But until you get to the root of your problem, it's going to just persist. Fortunately, Jody took action, and the results were typical as well.
My quality of life is so different. But one of the first things that I noticed was my breathing. I don't ever remember being able to breathe like that.
Being able to breathe freely is life-changing, and the effects can go beyond that.
Sleeping better, having more energy, and it seemed as if all of those symptoms that I had just melted away.
And thank heavens for that, because at Advent, results are what drive us, helping you breathe well so you can live better.
Results may vary. Most insurance accepted.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think you could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text ENERGY to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text ENRGY to 42424. That's ENERGY to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Premier Deck Coating, the ultimate deck protection. Who are they? Well, they're a sister company of Rhino Shield, and Premier Deck Coating is the product you need if you're tired of applying the same old stain and paint every couple of years to your deck. It's Terry, Stacy, and David and I have a deck that's probably 25 years old. The countless hours and the money that we spend on maintaining that deck never ends. And then we heard about Premier Deck Coating. Family-owned, based right here in Indy, and they are going to completely transform our deck with their special formulated product, which repels moisture, scratch-resistant in virtually any color that we want, and backed by a 10-year guarantee. No more spending time staining or painting every year. Premier Deck Coating will keep our deck looking great for years to come. Premier Deck Coating can also do fences and pergolas, too. For a free quote, call 317-696-4071 or visit premierdeckcoating.com.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Lots of anger. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 11:30. At Chatterbox in downtown Indianapolis this past Friday night.
Get out of my bar right now. You're not welcome. I'm not around. Get out of my bar.
That's the owner of Chatterbox getting into it with Elise Hensley, who was wearing a MAGA hat to support President Trump. Chatterbox management says Hensley and her friends were being disruptive, and they say Hensley is spreading misinformation. Forever 21 is going out of business. The clothing store company announced it filed for bankruptcy Sunday for the second time in 6 years. Pepsi is getting into the prebiotic soda business. Pepsi announcing today that it's buying Texas-based Poppy. The deal is worth nearly $2 billion. And the statewide average for gas today is $2.93 a gallon, according to Gas Buddy. I'm John Herrick, on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hi, I'm Charlie Comer from Comer & Cross Premium Garage Floor Coatings. When your garage floor has stains, cracks, and pits, it makes your whole garage look bad. And a bad epoxy job looks even worse. Look, spring will be here on March 20th. For your best price of the year on your new garage floor, basement, or patio, and installation this spring, please call me now at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. Guaranteed, a Comer & Cross concrete floor coating won't chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint, ever. In one day, we make it so easy. We move your stuff out for you. We fix the cracks and pits perfectly. And apply your gleaming new Comer & Cross concrete floor in 6 stages, just in time for spring. For your best price of the year on your new garage floor, basement, or patio, and installation by spring, please call me now at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. Or go to comercross.com.
This is a special notice to all U.S. taxpayers with back taxes to the IRS. Billions in tax relief is now being made available to struggling taxpayers, giving thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars in savings away to those who qualify. If you're facing wage garnishment, threatening letters, audits, liens, levies, or already in a payment plan, you can now expedite the resolution to your tax problem, end collections, and even qualify to reduce a large portion of what you owe. Stop IRS Debt has established a relief hotline for you to call to check what savings and options you qualify for. Dial 800-518-9137. With many people facing job loss and rising cost of living, these special IRS initiatives are designed to aid delinquent taxpayers with the relief that they need to get a fresh start. For a free consultation to see what savings you qualify for, call 800-518-9137. 800-518-9137. 800-518-9137.
You're listening to the Kendall and Casey Show on 93 WIPC.
Well, as Grandma Kendall used to say, look at all the people, Casey.
Did she say that?
Yeah, that was her thing. When there'd be a large... People are flooding in here at the State House for the big rally. Still got, an hour and a half until it begins, but people are here to have a good time. All right, question for everybody. Let's make a little noise. You're on the #1 rated radio show in Central Indiana, so be a little loud. Are you guys pissed off that Scott Baldwin's company makes a bunch of money off you paying higher property taxes?
Oh, boy!
Stealing our money! And by the way, if Scott Baldwin would like to come address this with us or these people, we'll be here at 1 o'clock south into the 3rd floor. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry, kids. You guys are awesome.
Somebody sent me this, and I thought it was very appropriate. It says, in the beginning of a change, the patriot is a scarce man, and brave and hated and scorned. When his cause succeeds, the timid join him, for then it costs nothing to be a patriot.
I love that.
And that was written by Mark Twain.
Oh, Samuel Clemens.
Yes, we've got a lot of patriots here today who aren't timid. They want their voices heard, and most importantly, they want their property taxes lowered.
Yeah, if you're on the fence, you got to get here today. There's a ton of people here. This is going to be an awesome showing, and you can be a part of it. Like it's an event that you'll look back on, and you'll say 10 years from now, man, wasn't that a fun day? Man, all these people were there. Man, we remember that. And when you talk to people, we were just talking to another guy who was one of the original guys who helped put together the property tax rallies of 07 and 08. And we were talking with him during the break about just that all these years later, they remember where they were when they were on the lawn of the State House. They remember when they were on the steps of the State House. They remember when that property tax reform bill got done. This is the little engine that could, but you got to get here, right? You are what powers this engine, and if you show up today, we can make a big difference. It's going to be a great show. You got Hammer, you got Micah, you got the governor as the main event. You got us in there. You got some local lawmakers. We're going to have a good time, and we're going to make some noise.
Yeah, and we're here to support Governor Braun and his decision to try and back Hoosiers and reset those rates back to 2021. And if you paid any attention to any of those hearings, you would think that all government was going to shut down completely and cease to exist, because everybody was saying, well, what are we going to do? Did government exist in 2021?
That's right.
It sure did, right? So that's all he was asking for, and the Senate said, no, that was a step too far. Hey, by the way, we have to say thank you to Doug Hardwick of the Indianapolis 500 Gordon Pipers. Doug's the president.
Yeah, they're going to be playing bagpipes.
Bagpipes.
Isn't that so? If you get here, you're going to see They got a leprechaun here.
Some walk-on music for you, Rob.
They got the Gordon. I know Doug's an awesome dude, and
we appreciate that.
I'm sure he cares about this cause, and so that's coming up. And like I said, you still got about an hour. What time is it? About an hour.
11:36.
Yeah, we will start at 1. We're starting on time. We're going to be respectful of people. So there's Glenn. Come here, Glenn.
Glenn, come on over and sit down.
Boy, look at him. Fancy. Put that set of headphones on there. We will be here starting promptly at 1 o'clock. We will be respectful of your time. Our goal is to be out of here by 2, and the governor will be the main event. One of the few people that, I always get say, is there anybody in government that you like? Is there anybody that you are okay with? This guy is one of them.
He's one of them.
Glenn Adams from the Brownsburg Town Council. Glenn, hello.
How's it going, guys?
Boy, you look out of breath.
Let me tell you something. God wanted me to be here.
Yeah?
So from Brownsburg to here. So I only hit my first red light from Brownsburg when I got to Martin Luther King in 10th. So I made all those lights.
Nice.
And because I was running late, and then I was worried about finding a parking space. I found the garage. I found a second floor space. And, I broke so many laws. I sped. I jaywalked. I was on my phone. Then I went to the wrong door. I walked on the lawn. There's a sign there saying keep off grass. I get inside. And I asked, which floor, and they told me I was going to take the elevator. It was on the fourth floor. I said, I don't have time. I take the stairs. I overshot it. I went to the 4th floor. That's a lot of stairs for a guy to climb.
Well, we are on the 3rd floor. We're on the south end of the State House, and you had mentioned grass.
Look at this crowd, Glenn.
This is amazing. I think history is being made here today.
Yeah.
Because there's probably 1,000 people here for one, so great job for that. But you're having a member of the Brownsburg Town Council on your show. He rips on Brownsburg government all the time.
Yes.
And I'm here.
Well, one thing I wanted to ask you about is the one thing that Rob Kendall likes to pick on is the $4 million patch of grass outside of his home.
Yeah.
That seems pretty wasteful to me.
So we didn't buy it to put it in a land bank or for it to sit there. And a lot of this was arranged before I took my seat. So I just want to say
I can vouch that it's not his fault. He would have done this.
You have to. They did seed it. They did plant grass. That's something that's apparently required by the state to prevent erosion. Something is going to go there. It is in the works.
It's been in the works for 3 years, Glenn.
Been in the works for a long time. I know. This is one of the things that really frustrates me about local government. Let me tell you. But something is going to go there. It's not going to stay a patch of grass forever. I promise.
But this is the argument. I think the guys like you and we've got some other local government speakers are going to talk about this, though. You can make this work, and that's what you're going to say today is we can have property tax relief, and the police will not stop coming to your home in Brownsburg.
Absolutely. This is not government's money. This is their money, and government feels like it's being taken from them. It's being taken from all of these folks here, and they just need some of it back. I can guarantee you, we have, believe it or not, Rob, some smart people in government. They will figure it out. We have, at our beloved Brownsburg, we do have some smart department heads that are always looking, to save money, to trim their budgets. They're in the street department. They're in water. They are there, and we have done that. The splash pad saved our taxpayers $100,000.
But that's only because guys like you said, this is crap. Go back and do it again.
We had to do it again.
And so I think that's what you're going to get into today is to say, look, everybody can still have all the stuff, right? You look at local government books every day, and you can still have the police and the fire and the parks. We just got to be a little bit more reasonable with the money.
You can trim, you can find waste. Maybe you don't build the pool. Maybe you don't build the amphitheater. Maybe you don't build the rec center. Maybe you don't put more statues on street corners. We can do this, guys. We're not going to fire police. We're not going to lay off fire. The lights in these schools will come on tomorrow, and the libraries will stay open. We can do it.
So you're representing local government, and you're going to be speaking today. So your message is that, local government's going to survive. What we really need to do is give tax-paying Hoosiers some relief.
Really, yes. We will figure it out. This is not hard. It's not our money. again, there's just, certain things maybe you don't do. Maybe there's projects you don't do. But our friends, our neighbors, our family, they need a break. Their taxes have gone up, doubled, sometimes triple. And we are severely overtaxed when you look at property, excise, gas, everything. There's all kinds of crazy taxes.
And all the things in this property tax bill, they're not even savings. They're like, well, we'll let you guys raise more taxes over here, and then you can raise more taxes over there.
Yeah.
All right. See, there are local government people I like. Do you know how Do you know how mad your colleagues probably are that you're here today?
I purposely waited until the night before to go on social media and tell them I was going to be here because I didn't want them to try to sabotage anything.
Glenn woke up with no tires. Hey, thanks for coming. Thanks for speaking, and we'll look forward to hearing you at 1.
Really quick, I at first told him I didn't have time. He promised me a green beer and a picture with Casey. That's the only reason why I showed up.
He's making promises his checkbook can't cash.
Hey, Andrew Ireland showed up.
Yeah,
so
I saw Andrew.
Next.
Yeah, let's talk to Andrew really quick. I'm just joking, Glenn. I'd be happy to take a picture with you. It is Kendall and Casey. We're broadcasting live from the Indiana State House on 93 WIBC.
Hammer and Nigel show 3:06 this afternoon. Rob Kendall will recap the property tax rally. Guy Relford in studio and more Hammer and Nigel Records madness.
Tyrese Halliburton, Pascal Siakam, and the Pacers battle Anthony Davis and the Mavericks.
Halliburton to the basket and dunks it. Celebrate No Chase NA Bayup presented by Corona on Wednesday when the Pacers take on the Mavericks. Visit Pacers.com/celebrate for a special ticket offer starting at $25, which includes a game ticket, 20-ounce draft beer, must be 21, or soda, and a limited edition No Chase NA Bayup t-shirt. Corona reminds you to relax responsibly. Corona Extra Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois, must be at least 21 to purchase.
Welcome to Tire Discounters.
Thanks. I gotta warn you, I drive a hard bargain.
Okay.
So let's hear your first offer.
Well, how about with any 4-tire purchase, we'll give you a free alignment.
Man, I'm good. All right, let's do it before you change your mind.
And we'll also give you a free oil change.
Ha! I can't believe I talked you into this deal. Sometimes I amaze even myself.
Don't tell accounting. But with any 4-tire purchase at Tire Discounters, you get a free alignment and a free full synthetic oil change. See store for details.
Hey guys, it's Rob for Universal Windows Direct, and right now it is their tax time sale where you can save big while making your home more comfortable and energy efficient. Right now, for every 2 windows you buy, you're going to get the next 2 free. No limit. Need 4, pay for 2. Need 20, pay for 10. And here's something that will make your wallet even happier. Pay no interest until 2030. Correct, no interest for the next 6 years, making it easier than ever to afford the quality windows your home needs. Oh, but wait, there's more. This month only, Universal Windows Direct is giving you an extra $500 off your home improvement project. Now, some restrictions may apply. So to get all the details and schedule your totally free in-home estimate, call Universal Windows Direct today, 317-659-7574, 317-659-7574. Oh, yeah, and you can see everything for yourself on the web. UniversalWindowsDirect.com. UniversalWindowsDirect.com, 317-659-7574. Tell them Rob sent you.
You love spring and Indy, so don't spend it painting. Do what your neighbor Mike did. He called Rhino Shield.
Our home is basically a contemporary, and we just started noticing that the paint was just fading and just looked like garbage. We had received a postcard from Rhino Shield, and we decided to take a look at it.
Rhino Shield's formulated for our specific climate here in Indiana.
The process with Rhino Shield and their crew, they were just very conscientious. We had problems in the past with painters. They leave debris and everything. Well, we didn't have that with Rhino Shield.
Visit Rhino Shield's booth at the Flower and Patio Show and learn about their 25-year transferable warranty protection. Plus, receive a free prize.
The thing about Rhino Shield, the heat gain has been reduced, and we save $70 a month. You don't hear that about any type of paint.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Point. Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace, you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
Join WIBC this Saturday 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show live from Sullivan Hardware and Garden at 71st and Keystone. Kick off spring at their open house. Play Pansy Roulette where you can win 10 to 100% off select items.
No powder flash blinded the eye, no deathly thunder sound, but just as sure as the hand of God they brought
Good job,
to my
Kevin.
hometown.
Hey, you guys want to make some noise for the people out in listener land on 3? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. There's a lot of people here, and we're still got we got an hour and 15 minutes until the property tax rally.
Still time for you to show up.
You gotta show up, and look who it is. We are closing the
St. Patrick's Day show
with the most Irish name imaginable, Andrew Ireland, state representative. Hello.
This is true.
Hello. Thanks for having me on.
Now, I do want to point this out. I love you because no one despises Marion County government more than you, and you are making it your personal mission in the Indiana General Assembly to destruct and dismantle as much of the Marion County government as possible. So thank you from all of us.
Hey, it's a dirty job, and somebody's got to do it.
What's the thing you're working on with when you're going to speak at the rally, by the way, coming up at 1 o'clock? What's the thing you're working on with the prosecutor? What's going on with that?
So we got a couple of things going on right now, but the big one is House Bill 1006. So basically it says, hey, prosecutors, we're going to invest in you. We're going to make a big pot of money, really, to kind of grow the work that you're doing. But at the same time, if you're not going to do your job, we're going to take all that money away because clearly you're not using your office the way you should.
And this is really, let's face it, this is targeting city of Indianapolis because they are letting, in many cases, some really bad people back out on the street and not be taken care of accordingly.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he doesn't even deny. That's right. That's correct.
No, you live in Indianapolis, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, and you're just a recent new father, so you must be motivated for other reasons than just political.
Well, that's right. I mean, at the end of the day, we're talking about public safety, and too often now, I think people are afraid to even go downtown or different parts of the city because of the crime, and it's not new people. I mean, we know who the people who are committing these crimes are. They're repeat violent offenders, and when they commit an offense, and they're never held accountable, guess what? They do it again.
Mm-hmm.
So, how old are you?
I'm 30.
If you had only started out when you were as young as him.
Look, he's 30.
He's straight from Central Casting.
Look at where I am. Look at that sign, by the way. Kendall and Casey are my spirit animals.
Oh, my gosh, I love it.
I'm going to take that and hang that in my house, and my wife has to see it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I love that. She's going to eat that up when she comes. All right, so let's talk about the property tax rally today. You're speaking. Why did you feel this is important to be here and speak at the property tax rally?
Well, listen, in my primary, I got a chance to knock thousands and thousands of doors, and I talked to a lot of people, and some of the stories that really pulled on my heartstrings are you talk to a little old lady that's owned her house since the 80s. She bought it for $5,000 or $10,000. Now it's worth $500,000, and she cannot pay the tax bill because Social Security doesn't keep up with that.
You're one of the outspoken guys on this, and we had this conversation with Haggard and JD. You guys have been some leaders on this, and that's good. But so many of your colleagues, when the Mooresville superintendent shows up and is like, I'm going to have to shut the lights out if you get property tax relief. Like, why don't more people just look at him and go, no, you're not. Stop lying to us. Just like, why are so many of your colleagues so tolerant of this crap that these local government people are peddling?
Well, listen, I can't speak for my colleagues, but I'll speak for myself. I mean, I live in Marion County, again, so I see what our local government's doing. I mean, they spend money on so much stupid stuff.
Yeah.
It's hard to say that there's not room to cut, right? I mean, I got my tax bill the other day. I'm spending $300 on the public health department that locked us in our homes. We're doing $200 on libraries that have drag queen story hours, and over $100 this year on my bill for Indigo Bus, which nobody rides.
Yeah.
That's right. You posted your property tax bill that
I
you
did.
just received. I want to ask you, I know you're not on the Ways and Means Committee, but when you see things like this happening with all of these people here gathering at the State House, do you use that and go to someone like J.D. Prescott, who is on the Ways and Means Committee, and do you say anything to him? Like, how does this work? Because you're not on that committee. But do you take this as ammunition and go to people who are?
Well, I think it certainly helps, right? And I mean, we're all in the building today, right? So we've got session a little bit here too. We all see this. We see the people coming out, and it makes a difference. I mean, it's also nice to see taxpayers in the building for once protesting. There are plenty of protests here, but usually it's blue hair, pink hats, and people who've never worked a day in their lives. So really, honestly, it's kind of energizing.
Okay, you don't have to say anything. You just blink twice if this is correct. Is it true that the leadership was telling people not to wear green today because they don't want them to be associated with us?
You put me on the spot here. Listen, I think leadership is working to try to land this in a spot that's going to work for taxpayers, too. That's my
Do you
sincere
believe
hope.
that? You think after you watch that Thompson hearing, that man sounded like a man speaking Chinese on LSD. Do you think he has any interest in finding something that's beneficial for us? Do you believe that?
I hope at the end of the day that's where we're going to go. I mean, again, Governor Braun put out a great plan. I think there's a lot of energy still here. And, I mean, you see it in the building with the voters, too. But I hope in our caucus, too, that we're going to get this one right.
And that's what we're doing here. We're trying to show,
optimistic.
I know, we're trying to show Governor Braun that we do support his plan and kind of put some wind back in his sails that the Senate maybe took away from him.
Well, that's right. And I mean, a lot of credit to Governor Braun because he's fighting a fight sometimes against people in his own party. When we talk about local government, we're a state dominated by Republicans, not Democrats at the local level, but they're spending too much too. And so Governor Braun, at the end of the day, is taking on people in his own party. That takes a lot of courage to do that. So really, I commend him for putting this issue front and center.
We're here at the State House, south end of the 3rd floor. Andrew Ireland is our guest. He's a state rep. The crowd is... they're flooding in. I mean, we're going to make some noise here today, man. This is going to be fun. Now, can we move the people? Are you convinced that, like, if we make a lot of noise today, are you convinced that we can sway people?
It sure doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
Can they hear us in their offices?
Oh, we can hear it.
Oh,
you
can
definitely
hear
hear it. When you're
Like-
yelling, when you're
like-
screaming, we can hear it.
Like, do they have to be really loud or just kind of loud?
I mean, it doesn't hurt to be really loud.
Yeah.
And did we beat the NAACP? Have we already beat the NAACP?
I would say you got more numbers than the
That was my
NAACP.
goal.
You mean in crowd numbers?
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, yes, I wanted to have more people here than they did. We got an hour and 10 minutes to go, and we're winning the
winning
crowd battle. And where are I was told the
capacity.
red-shirted teachers were going to be here. I haven't seen any of them yet. Where are they at? I don't know. Anyway,
I don't know, but I did see some news cameras, so I know.
Well, you better go get in front of one. Andrew, man, I want to say thank you so much. You have led on this property tax issue. You're leading on reforming Marion County government. Someday you'll be governor, and Casey and I will need jobs as janitors. So we're really
I'm
counting
really
on you.
good at restocking vending machines, just so you know.
We'll keep you in
You're
mind.
going to be speaking at the rally in just a little bit, right?
That's right.
And you don't have to tell us what you're going to say, but what's your main message going to be? Just give us the 30,000-foot overview.
I mean, make your voices heard. This is an issue that we got to get right now. But I got to tell you, too, when we finish this, when we get this job done, Governor Braun's proposal is seen into law, it can't stop the conversation there. I mean, we got to get ourselves on a path to eliminate property taxes outright. It's a wealth tax, and it's the worst kind of wealth tax because it doesn't even account for all your wealth. It has nothing to do with your ability to pay or what you consume. So, this is really an optimistic thing for me to see so many people show up. But I got to say, don't stop the conversation here.
Yeah.
All right, Andrew Island, thank you. Casey, we got, about 3 minutes left here. Oh, great. We got a letter. Office of the Lieutenant Governor, American... What is that? All right, well, you open that, because, I don't open the mail. You guys know that. Well, you open the mail. Look, we got about 3 minutes left here on the show today, and we got about an hour left until this event this afternoon. And if you're on the fence, get here. If
The
you're on
letter's
the fence-
okay.
The letter's okay? What's it say?
It's from the Lieutenant Governor.
Oh, it's a nice letter. All right, well, good.
Do you want me to read it?
That's fine. Go ahead, because then I got a big speech.
It says, Dear Kendall and Casey, thank you both for how you've led the change to get Indiana back on the right and best track. Your voice is powerful, and I'm honored to call you both friends and allies in the battle. Keep up the great work. Now let's fix property taxes. Blessings, Micah Beckwith, Indiana Lieutenant Governor.
And somebody made you a cookie.
Oh, that's great.
All right, so we got about 2 minutes left here. If you're on the fence, get here today. 1 o'clock, south end of the State House. There's tons of people here. There's tons of energy. This is it. This is our opportunity to make a difference. The event will start promptly at 1 o'clock. We'll try to be out of here by 2. Are you allowed to drink during State House days? Are you allowed to go pound a green beer?
Yeah, well, you never know, right?
But we'll get done. We'll have you out in a timely fashion. And Casey, this is an amazing crowd so far. I'm so
I know
enthused.
it's really growing, and we're so excited about this. We're really enacting change, and I appreciate you for beating the drum on this for 3 years every single day. But more importantly, we appreciate everybody who's showing up, and
it's a crowd,
and we're going to do this. So let's wrap up the show with all of our listeners.
Everybody make some noise on 3. You people ready? All right. Tell them all across
across central Indiana. How fired up you are for the event this afternoon. 1, 2, 3.
All right. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Kevin. And thank you for listening today. We'll see you at the rally in 1 hour. It's Kendall and Casey on 93 WIBC.
The following is a paid advertisement by Family Vacation Getaways with the purpose of soliciting sales of vacation ownership. For complete details and restrictions, please visit fvgradio.com. If you want a 100% complimentary stay in Cancun at a luxury resort, then Family Vacation Getaways is your ticket to paradise. We're giving away 5 days and 4 nights to the first 50 callers who can name an animal that lays eggs and is not a bird. An animal that lays eggs and is not a bird. Do you know it? Call now at 800-417-6411. That's 800-417-6411. You may also be eligible for an exciting bonus vacation in Orlando, Florida for just $398. And don't worry about anything ruining your plans. We can extend your stay for up to 18 months. Name an animal that lays eggs and is not a bird, and you get a complimentary Cancun resort stay and an optional bonus vacation in Orlando for just $398. What are you waiting for? Call 800-417-6411. Again, call 800-417-6411 and give us your answer. The proceeding is not a contest or sweepstakes. It is a paid advertisement by Family Vacation Getaways and is not sponsored by or affiliated with this station or program.
It's Kubota Orange Days. From America's #1 selling compact tractor to zero-turn mowers and versatile RTVs, get your perfect match delivered to your door. Now through June 30th, get 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,000 off select compact tractors. See the details at KubotaOrangeDays.com.
Stop by McAllister Machinery in Fishers and Indianapolis to see their full line of Kubota, or visit them online at McAllisterKubota.com.
Why do so many foundation companies want half your money up front? Could it be because it's easier to get than earning all your trust? At the Michaelis Corporation, they don't ask for a deposit until the job is done and you're completely satisfied. They even start with a free inspection to ensure you know exactly what your home needs without the guesswork. With over 35 years experience, they've proven that trust is built on results, not deposits. Michaelis, building trust beneath your feet. Visit MichaelisCorp.com.
Spring's here, and it's time for a new patio. Indy Decorative Concrete is offering free demolition. Got an old deck? Cracked concrete? We'll remove it at no cost. Hurry, this offer ends April 30th. Go to IndyDecorativeConcrete.com for details.
Nobody likes a cold shower. LD Smith has hot deals on water heaters. Save up to $300 on a new water heater installed.
LD Smith Plumbing.
A dirty, stinking honest.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or DrexelIN.com. It takes everyone in the community working together to create a brighter future. Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Visit liveunited.org to learn how you can help.
When was the last time you practiced your home